Mendicant.
That sucks.
Lesbian.
I like that in a woman.
And every other kind of deviant.
I love paying for sex.
This moral decay weakens our resistance to the onslaught of the communist masters of deceit.
We're a bunch of scumbags.
These abnormalities are corrupting the minds and the hearts of our children.
Jackass.
And yeah, we're back. Where have you been? It's depressing and horrendous. It's awful. A bunch of idiots.
Perversion for profit.
Here it comes! Here it comes!
The Opie and Anthony program.
El virus.
The Opie and Anthony.
God, that irritates me.
It's just like somebody took a bat to my brain.
We're the only radio show that makes you want to hate us.
Opie.
I want my coffee.
Anthony.
I want that back.
Jim Norton.
I want Ozzy.
We are going to dumb this thing down to the point that we're going to be #1 with Down syndrome children.
Hysterical.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Asshole! Asshole! You just mind your P's and Q's, Buster, and remember who you're dealing with.
Hello, exactly.
He stinks, and I don't like him. Call me sir, goddammit.
Okay, terrific.
A family member dies, and you insult me. What the hell is the matter with you anyway?
Okay, terrific.
And that's nothing but pure and simple old-fashioned communism. Happens every time one of those dancers start poontanging around with those showfolk fags. Knockers bouncing all over the joint. Boy, ass was wiggling, too.
God, did they butcher that last night?
What? That was on TV?
Yeah, I was going to sleep. It's always a treat to try to get to sleep on Sunday night after I can sleep in on Sunday morning until like 11. So you try to go to sleep Sunday night to get up for our schedule. And it's just a chore. So Smokey the Bandit was on. And I think it was on American Movie Classics, AMC, which I can never figure out if it's a movie channel or not. You know, sometimes it seems to be, sometimes not. I put it on and just butchered. They cut out every single little reference to anything. I mean, you know, when Sally Field is in the car, of course, Smoking the Bandit, with Burt Reynolds, and they jump the bridge, and she goes, "I want to jump something else. I want to jump a house. I want to jump." And Burt Reynolds goes, "Why don't you jump me?" They cut that out. It was, I mean, how bad is it when you cut that reference out? And every line, pretty much every single line Gleason spoke was dubbed in, somebody else doing it, or...
TV's just a waste of time at this point. I'm surprised you would even watch a movie on regular TV.
I was trying to go to sleep.
Oh, that's
so
the only reason?
I popped that on just to get an occasional, you know,
I mean,
a little laugh.
I'll go to HBO and all the movie channels, but, you know, to watch a movie on regular TV at this point, why bother?
Nope.
They butcher all of them to the point it just gets you mad.
I love what Fox is doing. I guess after the premiere of the latest Star Wars movie, they're running Attack of the Clones on Fox in a network-exclusive premiere. They make it sound like no one's ever seen this thing, and the best place to watch it is going to be commercial television. No. You buy these things now for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You just have them. You keep them in a library. I picked up the Star Wars, the first one and the second one. Sat through them over the weekend. Billy had nothing much to do. And
he's got to remake those films now.
No, I'm talking the episode 1 and episode 2.
That's what I mean.
Not episode 4.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
And 5.
I forgot. His math is all over the place.
Right.
I'm thinking
I watched the one with Jar Jar Binks.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking about the first Star Wars movie, which is the fourth one, right?
Which is the fourth one.
Right. Okay.
A New Hope, Opie. A New Hope.
God damn. You'd think the future would have much better graphics.
Yeah, I know. Well, from what I hear, that's what they're going to try to do with Sith, the latest one.
You know, there are
they
people...
kind of transform into that whole 70s-looking technology.
I was going to say, though, you know there are people out there that have never seen the original couple of Star Wars movies. And now after they see the new one, they're going to go, whoa, wait.
The story continues?
The saga continues, and all I have to do is go to Blockbuster or Tower Records and get the films?
Why does this look like shit?
Right.
Who's this guy?
Wow, George Lucas really called it in for the fourth and fifth film there. He must have got senile or something.
Aren't very special.
Yeah. They just got to remake those now. It's obvious.
Oh, man. If that's his latest project, although that would kind of be cool, but you'd get the purists that, don't want anything done with the original. But that kind of would be a cool idea.
And I think it would
recast and remake the first three with all the special effects that they could do now. But the purists would just shit in their pants. Reviews coming in, amazing, though.
Right on
Every review that's coming in for Sith is saying this is a great movie. Amazing.
On the front page of the New York Post Star Wars review, the dots have finally been connected. The Force is with Lucas this time.
Yeah. People are leaving the theater weeping, Opie. They're weeping. Is it a chick flick? Is that what we're dealing with? A chick flick here? There's a love story. Great special effects. I can't wait. I want to see it.
Is it actually in theaters yet?
No, Friday.
But people have been waiting online for days and days and days.
Yeah, the premiere at Cannes, and the reviews are in from that. And everyone, even the New York Times guy, loved it. Yeah, so it's looking like it's going to be the biggie, the big good one.
Of the first two, which was the Jar Jar Binks one sucked. The other one.
I just watched them over the weekend. The Jar Jar Binks is like the first one. Phantom Menace. It's not even useful in the whole thing. It really doesn't do much. It kind of, in a confusing way, establishes how the Empire first starts, with some kind of problem with the government that they have in place at the time. So it's kind of like, who cares? And you got it's like a kid movie because you got that little kid Anakin in there. The speeder or the pod race is pretty much the coolest part. That's kind of fun to watch. And then Attack of the Clones, hoo-hoo. That's that's pretty cool. I watched it, I popped it in and had to out loud go, hoo-hoo, Attack of the Clones. I'm at home doing impressions. Attack of the Clones, pop it in. Here's the part where they rip me off, Robin. And, that one's pretty good. They got some, good little storyline there and stuff. The whining from, what's his name, the guy that plays Anakin. I don't even know their goddamn names. Hayden Christensen. What?
Hayden Christensen.
Yeah. He is the worst. Lucas is known for not casting, the best actors in his movies, that's for sure. Very wooden. Just kind of there. They're not good actors, but you don't really need them for this kind of story.
Yeah.
But he is just... that second movie, man, he's just whining through the whole thing. Just a whiny crybaby. And then the last one, the one that's Sith, is he actually pulls off being the beginnings of the Dark Lord, Darth Vader.
Let's go to Steve on Long Island. Steve, what's up?
Hey, guys. Do you have that old bit where Rick and Staz were giving out free CDs on the line of the first Star Wars, and then they started yelling out some of the key points to the movie?
I think it's actually Ben was part of that bit as well, right?
And Earl.
Yeah,
and Earl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you hear Rick start yelling because they're throwing the CDs and all the giveaways back at the van.
And Earl had double parked or something.
No, he
gotten in between cars.
He actually got boxed in,
yeah,
if you remember correctly. Is Ben around? Because Ben was part of that whole thing.
They were trying to escape.
This was we were thinking of doing this again, but we just couldn't pull it off. But basically, yeah, here in New York we had fans, like the Uber fans, all dressed up in all the characters and stuff, and waiting online for days on end. And the internet, gotta love the internet, had all the plot spoilers. So we went down there with a bullhorn And we made believe that we were a radio station giving away some great stuff to everybody online, right, Ben?
Yeah, dumbest move ever, letting Earl drive, though, because that's how we almost got killed, because Earl got us boxed in.
What a getaway driver.
Yeah.
So we hooked them all in by saying, hey, we're here from WNEW. Want to thank you guys for waiting online for the new Star Wars movie. Everyone's cheering and stuff, and we got stuff for everybody. And they're throwing out, like, WNEW stupid stuff, like pens and stuff,
Tons
right?
of stuff. And then Rick started giving out the lines, and then the stuff just came flying at the van.
Well, then all of a sudden, Rick was making the announcement, like, we got all this stuff for you guys, thanks, blah, blah, blah. And then he goes, oh, one other thing. And he had a bullhorn, and he starts, telling the end of the movie and who's going to die and this and that. And all of a sudden, you hear the whole crowd change. I wasn't there, but on the radio, it was unbelievable. And people just started getting really pissed and started throwing everything they could find at the van.
Yeah, you just heard the van getting pelted.
Nothing like some 30-year-old loser dressed up as Darth Vader shaking the van, and Earl, oh my God, we're boxed in.
Isn't it true that Earl later on fell asleep at his chick's house and the cops wound up getting the van, finding fingerprints on the steering wheel?
Guys.
Yeah, Steve.
Yeah, also, I want to let you know this morning Stern was saying that on Survivor, Jeff Pope said something about the last immunity challenge, they have to buoy or bob, and now he's getting ripped off for Baba Booey.
Oh, my God. Thank you.
I'm telling you the truth. I'll talk to you later.
All right.
Punch it out.
Bye. Yeah, and then they were trying to get out of there, and they couldn't because stupid Earl, boxed the van in. What? So then all of a sudden they're inside, and you hear, like, objects just hitting the side of the van.
The side of the van.
Live on the show. It was really, really funny. Really funny. Yeah. Those dorks are waiting online again, right?
Oh, yeah.
The best part about that, by the time they get to see the movie, they're going to fall asleep in the theater.
They'll be exhausted.
It's kind of like when you were in college and you did the all-nighters for tests and stuff. By the time you actually got to the test, you were too tired to care and just wanted to get out of there so you could go to bed.
Now they're standing online, and if you're lucky and you pass by there, I guess they're at the Ziegfeld Theater.
Right over here. A couple blocks away.
If you're lucky, what I hear is you can catch a couple of them having a lightsaber fight, which has to just be exciting. They pull out these toy lightsabers and go at each other. Kill yourself.
It's actually more masculine if you bang cockheads.
Yeah, exactly. Into each other's tongues.
We got some clips of these Zeros waiting online. Can we go? Can you play them today, Derek, or do I have to wait for Eric to come back in the studio here?
He's on it.
You are on it?
Of course he is.
Cut 3. We got some audio of these the fans waiting in line. Let's listen to this one if we have it ready. Go ahead, Derek.
Oh, this is a deeply damaged guy. But he's fantastic. He wants to be in line. But more importantly, he's meeting people every day. That's just part of the process of being, a hardcore fan.
All right. I have no idea what that clip was about.
Well,
what is that?
It was this guy, Rick McCallum, was asked what he thinks of the fan who's been waiting outside a theater in Seattle since the beginning of January. Oh, well.
Are you kidding? Since January?
Since January. There's one dork out there just trying to get his name in the paper.
Attention, yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
He's telling everyone, I've been here since January. They're going, really?
Wow, you're like the biggest fan ever. That's right.
Can we talk to you for a few minutes for our little paper in Portland, Oregon? Sure.
I'm not going anywhere.
What do these guys do to take dumps?
I don't know. Let's try another one.
When he goes take a dump, you just take a spot.
I love
when he comes back, just go, no.
Yep.
I'm not leaving.
I didn't see you here.
Punch him in the face.
I didn't see you here.
Yeah, I didn't. What? Who are you? Challenge him to a lightsaber fight.
Just cut him in line, and now he's second, and no one cares. Let's go to track 4. Chris Playson, Star Wars fan in line to see movie marathon. Playson says it's worth it to get up early and stand in line for the movie marathon. All right, whatever. Let's go to track 4 there.
I'm looking forward to it, obviously, but I also wanted to see the 3 originals again on the big screen. I mean, I've seen them on DVD loads of times, but it's good to see them back on the big screen again.
That's right. Cock it.
Oh my God! Now we got a track of this fan dressed as a Jedi Knight.
Oh.
Go to
don't mess with him.
Go to cut 6 there, Derek.
Nerds.
Just want to be there, just can't wait. The music's going to be around. I mean, this is huge. I've never seen so many stormtroopers before. I could take them all.
Whoa. All right, well, these geeks are all over the world doing this, so whatever. I just can't wait to see the movie. A couple weeks down the road, the theater will be a little less crowded. I'll go on a Tuesday around noon. I'll be very happy.
I'm going to go opening night.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Are you really?
I'm going to sit in that theater and enjoy being with people.
You're going to get tickets for the 1 a.m. showing?
That's it. Right when it's released, I am going to see it in a theater full of people, because I love going to the movies when it's packed. Lots of people around me to really add to the movie-going experience. Oh, God.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, I'm not even kidding. You better get there at least 2 hours early. This is going to be a lot.
At least.
It's going to be one of these dumb movies they're going to be running, running it around the clock.
Yeah, multiple theaters.
It'll be like a 3 a.m. showing. Who goes to the movies at 3 in the morning?
There'll be people there.
Oh, it'll be packed, especially opening weekend.
I don't understand why people go to the movies and just yap through the movie or do anything. Like, I always say stuff like, I wish everyone drove like me, because then everyone would get somewhere faster. But, I got to be realistic. Highways would be full of just blood and brain matter and stuff. But the movie-going experience, I wish everybody handled the movies like me. I go in with the only reason I have to go to the movies is to see the goddamn movie. I don't talk. I sit there. I watch the movie. I don't answer cell phones. I don't do anything. What is the problem with people that they have to be doing other things and ruining the movie-going experience?
Because there's so many people out there that they go with someone else to the movie that they feel like they have to acknowledge their presence in the theater.
I don't go alone.
Huh?
No, I know.
Alone. I know, but you're like a normal person. But there's a lot of people out there, just because they are going to the movie with their friend or boyfriend, girlfriend, what have you, they have to acknowledge them throughout the whole movie. Like, oh, my God, you see that?
So I was saying, at the office the other day, there was...
Right.
No, what? You're at the movie.
Shut up.
Shut up now.
They gotta yap.
Go talk about the movie at Starbucks after the film's over.
There you go.
The answer to your question, why do people yap at the movies? They actually did do a study. The answer, melanin.
There certainly is a disproportionate number of black people that like to talk at the movie, as opposed to
I wouldn't know, because I go to the white movie theater.
Well, I do now too, Opie. But as you know, I used to live in Brooklyn.
You search out the white movie theaters.
I had to go to the black movies. And it is a little frightening. And unfortunately, it's not like you can turn around and say, hey, shh, please, I'm trying to watch the movie. Because you'll probably get shanked in the throat.
Or punched and then wake up in a hospital with Christmas music playing.
The latest Christmas movies will be out.
Right.
That you can catch.
Excuse me, sir. I'm trying to watch the movie.
Bam! Ding 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 ding. What happened? I remember I was watching Star Wars. I heard a cell phone go off.
It was late May.
It was like, late May.
Why is there a Christmas tree in my room?
And now
this isn't my room.
It's 4:30 in the afternoon. It's dark out. I see Christmas lights. And there's presents around me.
Excuse me, sir.
We're trying to... BAM! Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle... What? What happened?
You used to go to the Comac movie theater, right?
Yep.
Until there were so many shootings that we got the hint, and Whitey realized, okay, this movie theater isn't for us.
More action in the lobby than on the screen.
They had so many people shooting at the screen, shooting each other online.
Stabbings, too.
It was a place where the gangs would just hang out as you, as a law-abiding citizen, want to see a lousy movie.
Latin Kings from Brentwood would come in.
Very
scary.
To get you through the weekend. All you want to do is watch a dumb movie. And you couldn't even enjoy that because you were worried that you were going to get shot or something.
That's all. Just trying to see a movie. And you got to worry about getting in a fight. And it doesn't matter. I have the worst goddamn luck in movie theaters. I will get there a little early. I'll search out a good spot. Okay? Because I don't want to have to deal with climbing over people. I don't want to sit in a seat that's too far away or too close, because then it's always on my mind. I'm like, God damn it, I'm too far or I'm too close. So I get there a little early. I pick out a good seat. And it never fails that right before the movie starts, a gaggle of criminals comes in and sits right around me. Right around me. And then I'm tense the whole movie going, oh, I'm going to be killed because they're not going to shut up, and I'm going to get pissed, and I'm going to throw something, and there's going to be a fight. It never fails. I'll sit there and go, I think we made it. I think we made it. The movie's starting, the lights are dimming, and there's no one around us that could possibly, yeah, I think the seat here good.
It's the
what? Oh, no.
It's always the last-minute traffic.
It is.
Because I'm the same way. No one in front of me. This is awesome.
Right.
The previews are just about over, and here comes the movie, and all of a sudden, last second, they always sit right in front of you.
Here they come, right in front, and they're punching each other and laughing and trying to smoke and drink or do something in there.
Answer their cell phone.
Yeah, their cell phones are going off like crazy.
You know how you do that thing, a kid running by screaming?
Yeah.
You ever been to a movie theater where like they decide that the movie is good enough as for a babysitter, I guess?
Yeah.
They bring their kids to the movie theater and their kids will run up and down the aisle.
Yeah.
Have you been in one of these?
Up and down the aisle, and you're looking at why aren't they containing this animal? Why? Because it's a babysitter now. They're on the cell phone in the corner somewhere conducting business that they can't conduct when their kid is around the house yelling. And their kid now can just run around in the movie theater.
Yeah.
Because who cares? It's their babysitter. It just cost them a couple of bucks to get in there. And I'm just trying to watch the goddamn movie.
Let's go to John in Comac. John, what's up?
Hey, good morning, guys.
Comac, home of the Comac Motor Inn and the Comac movie theater. Yeah.
Yeah, good times back in high school, man.
Good times.
Good times.
Yeah, my first date ever. I took these couple of girls. Me and my buddy took these girls to the movie theater, and we had a gun pulled on us.
Oh. Why would you have a gun pulled on you? Were you being robbed? Did you speak up? What happened?
No, we were a bunch of Comac kids. You know, we were wearing little pieces of gold, walking in there like we owned the place, and a couple kids from Brentwood thought otherwise.
Brentwood. That is a dangerous area these days.
Yeah, good thing my friend's mommy was outside. We pulled ass to her car.
Friend's mommy. The station wagon pulled up and let you kids off?
Yeah.
And you guys think you're badasses?
Yeah. Old badasses from Comac.
With your,
this is Feingold. Go, go, go.
With your very thin bling on, thinking you're all that.
And then the Brentwood Hispanics come in, and it's over, Johnny.
My friend with his bar mitzvah gold on, taking me to
His bar mitzvah gold.
All the people are wearing license plates.
I went one time to, I forget what movie it was, my buddies from work. They were all, like, all these like hardcore black guys. We worked in a warehouse together. And I didn't realize that there was a one-seat rule when you sit next to another guy, and it was an empty theater. So we all walk in and sit down, and I sit right next to my friend Malcolm. He goes, what the fuck are you doing, man? We're not dating.
Move over.
Like, sorry.
Leave an empty seat for a man.
A suburban idiot. Sit next to another man.
No surprise here. Let's go to James in Comac. James.
What's up, boys?
What's up?
Hey, man.
Two quick stories for you. First one was, and I never go to the Comac movie theater anymore because it is just run by criminals. But I ran into a pimp walking out one time. Not a guy who looked like a pimp or, you know, the full getup. The loud green suit, purple hat with an orange feather, and a gold cane.
Huggy Bear.
Yeah. And had the whores from Brentwood nearby. Second story was, and I
wait, and he was trying to get the girls some dates as people were leaving the movie theater?
There you go.
Oh,
that's a little business.
Oh, yeah.
What you guys got to understand now, you know, there are towns that just have these theaters, like these whatever you want to call them, these gang theaters or what have you.
Gang theaters, that's good.
But this Comac multiplex is in a relatively nice area.
Nice area, but
people
borders
come
with crap.
Yeah, and people come from all over because it was the first real multiplex in our area on Long Island. And this is the stuff you just didn't expect at first.
No.
Going there. But slowly but surely, all this moved in. The pimps, the drug dealing, the gangsters.
You know, when you look in the parking lot and just see like a ton of old Toyotas with spoilers on them, that you're in trouble. And gold-painted hubcaps. You know there's trouble.
Second story for the guys. I told this a couple of years ago on NEW. Was Gone in 60 Seconds. A Latin family comes in right as the movie's starting. We're there with my friends, and they're stealing the cars and whatnot, and the Latin boyfriend, baby daddy, whatever you want to call him, is going, yo, man, I haven't tried that. I gotta fucking try that one. I haven't seen
He's
that.
picking up pointers.
Yeah, meanwhile, the grandmother, who looks like she's 25, has the 3-year-old kid rocking back and forth, hitting it to my legs as I'm trying to watch the movie, and baby daddy's telling me about his methods of stealing cars. It's a very safe movie theater.
That's classic. All right, thanks, James.
Yeah, that one time I was at the movie theater in Brooklyn, and I had a Hispanic family in front of me, and they just went on and wouldn't shut up, and it was an entire row in front of us that was just full of Hispanics. And I'm sitting there going, oh, geez, they're not going to shut up. They're not going to shut up. And my girlfriend at one point just yells out, would you shut the fuck up?
Oh, great.
And I'm like, and that's when the guy turned around and said of his chick that was up there, said, oh, she's in battle mode. Now she's in battle mode. I'm like, battle mode? Oh, this is trouble. This is trouble.
You bring up something that's great that maybe we could get into later. You know, our chicks, and I'm saying our chicks, I'm talking about all guys out there, could get us in trouble.
Yeah.
You know, that's obviously something your chick should have said, right, Anthony?
Right.
But they're not turning around and going to confront the chick.
No.
They're going to confront you.
No, it's
now
me.
you have to defend your honor, her honor.
Because then the woman turns around and goes, how about I smack your face? I'm like, I just came to see Mission Impossible 2. I'm trying to see Mission Impossible 2. And now I'm in a fight for my life with some Hispanic family.
Now it's just going to be a mission to get out of this theater
Mission
alive.
Impossible, get out alive. Exactly. She's throwing young Hispanic children at me. It's just horrific. Yeah. Quick! Go for the exit by the screen! I think our car's parked outside! Baby, you go for the door. I'm going to head for the ventilation system. I think I could get him on my trail and lose him. Oh, she's in battle mode, is she? Unbelievable. It was frightening.
Did you have to change seats?
What I did was probably one of the biggest whitey pussy moves ever. I got up and left the theater.
Just left.
What was I going to do? Dude, it was a complete row, one Hispanic family. Guys, those chicks that'll pull razor blades out and slit your throat, and screaming children. It was a whole family that did not give a shit what was going on in this theater. It was their living room. It was their roach-infested living room at the time. Anyone in there was an inconvenience to them. So I went up, I find the assistant to the assistant manager at a movie theater. Hey, Red, you're the assistant to the assistant manager. And I was placed in another theater that was playing Mission Impossible 2.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That was just starting. So I got to sit down with other frightened white people that had left that theater, I think, because there was only a few of us, and we were all white, just sitting there kind of, I'm a pussy, but at least I'm seeing the movie and I'm alive.
You know, this is not a movie that comes out that I want to see that badly that I'll go on weekends or when the movie theater's crowded.
Yeah.
All these movies, I wait till almost the day it's going to be out of theaters, and then I finally see the movie, and then it's a lot less people and a lot less hassle. Yeah. Every once in a while, I do get in a situation because maybe other people want to go or what have you, and I'm in a crowded movie theater. I have the strangest pet peeve. Maybe there's other people out there that feel the same way, but when the previews are done and it gets really quiet for that minute or two as the movie's slowly but surely starting up, I start hearing everyone eating their popcorn and opening up their candy and drinking their soda. It goes right through me where I start getting I get nuts. I get nuts. It's kind of like the same thing that happens when, I hear vacuum cleaners.
Yeah.
It goes right through me. I don't know what it is. I mean, when you're in a theater and there's a couple hundred people all eating popcorn at the same time, it sounds like locusts. It is the most disturbing sound.
They are locusts.
Next time, listen closely.
Animals.
As it gets dark and really quiet in the theater, and listen what's going on around you. It is amazing. Everyone...
Yeah.
And the packaging for, all this stuff is just the worst. Because it's not a quick little rip and you're ready to eat.
It takes forever.
It takes forever for these people
They're
to open
all
up their
digging
shit.
in their hands and making noise.
I don't even want to admit this on the air, but it drives me. It's gotten to the point where I'm with people and they have to tell me, just relax, it'll be over soon.
Yeah.
And there's been a few times where I want to just walk out. I can't handle it. And then I'm just waiting for everyone to finish up with their popcorn and stuff, and it usually takes a good 20 to 30 minutes. And then I can finally relax.
Do you eat?
If I do, I'm so considerate because I know how bad it is.
You wait until the movie gets loud?
Or either, or I'll open up my stuff beforehand, and no joke.
Yeah.
I'm eating popcorn like...
Just letting it melt in your mouth?
Basically, yeah. Soften it up.
Squeeze it between your tongue and palate.
It is one of my worst pet peeves. Dude, it's
That's
like
a little rough.
It's like if you were taking your nails and just right across a chalkboard. It's the same effect to me. With me. It just drives me nuts. And people that go with me, they think I'm out of my mind.
I'm a Twizzlers guy.
See, that's nice and
soft. I don't think
fine.
that makes much noise.
No.
Popcorn makes a lot of noise.
Oh, it's just like I said, I'll say it again, like locusts just going at it. Donnie on Long Island. What's up, Donnie?
Hey, a couple of things. One is, here's worse than guys talking. It's guys, the gangsters talking around you, and I'm there with my wife, and my wife turns around and goes, "You guys haven't shut up in the entire fucking movie." And so my wife opens the can of worms with them, and now I'm the one holding the back that has to, like, defend her and everything. And I look over and I go, "Why don't you just shut up, let them talk."
Let them do whatever they want.
Yeah, because she turns around and she starts it, and then I got to get involved, you know?
What did they do besides apologize to her for being loud?
Yeah. Bitch. And the girl starts flicking my wife in the head. And then the other thing is, you ever just wish you were like Charles Bronson at that moment? It's like, just deal with it that way, you know? It's like, imagine Charles Bronson next to the theater. "Okay, you guys shut the fuck up now. Pull out a Magnum and blow their heads off."
Yeah, that would be nice.
That would be
Fortunately,
fun. But then you would go to jail for a long time.
Yeah, you'd go to jail.
And the lawyer
but
fees
you know
would
what?
be astronomical.
You're a man in jail. What can you say?
All right. Thank you,
All right,
Donnie.
bye.
Bye. Let's go to Mark on Long Island. Mark, what's up?
Hey, guys. I went about 10 years ago. Me and my girlfriend at the time went to go see A Time to Kill. So we're trying to go. She lived on the South Shore, and so we're trying to go to Rockville Center. Sold out. Trying to go to Westbury. Anywhere we could go, it's all sold out. The only place we can go to the movies is the Green Acres Mall at Valley Stream to see this movie. Now, you guys know Valley Stream, so you get in there, and it's just like a crime scene waiting to happen. And it's all, you have to go through metal detectors to go through there. Now, in the movie A Time to Kill, there's somebody that's, some white guys rape a little black girl and whatever. Everybody in the movie theater thought they were in the courthouse, and they were ready to lynch, like, all the white people. And me and my girlfriend are sitting there just like, oh, my God, we are going to die.
It is rough to go to a movie that's racially charged and look around and see it's a very diverse audience. People do tend to feel a little uncomfortable, don't they?
Oh,
sit there and, this is
horrible.
Uncomfortable.
I think it was a bad move. I went to see Malcolm X in the theater, and when there's one scene where the cops are beating up a black guy before X and the rest of the Muslims go down to protest, and I actually went, "Good job, officer."
That could be some trouble for you there, Jimmy.
Let's go to Paul on Long Island.
Yeah, hi. My wife and I just moved to Ronkonkoma, and we were looking to go see that movie Saw.
Yeah.
And we went to the Comac movie theater, which was a bad idea. But all the gang kids, and they just keep using their bleep bleep Nextel cell phones the whole time.
Oh yeah, talking to you.
Yeah, all the whole time, bleep, 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 and they're laughing.
That's why they got to bring That's why they got to bring the drinking age back down to 18. I'm telling you right now, because these kids have nothing to do but hang out in movie theaters.
Go to the movies.
Yeah, I mean, the parents are on to the keg parties at their houses when they're away on those little weekend jaunts.
Yeah.
So what happens? It was happening in Huntington. Every Friday and Saturday night, the theaters, it didn't matter what movie, were just packed with teenagers because that's where they socialize and hang out and maybe cop a feel during the movie, and they check their cell phones and their text messaging, and they're getting up 10, 12 times a movie to run out in the hall to run into another theater because they heard this dude is there or this chick is there.
Yeah.
It's just a whole social thing that has nothing to do with watching the movie.
With actually watching the movie.
Get the drinking age down to 18 so these kids have something to do.
There you go.
Because then that means, you'll be drinking at 15 again.
Yeah. Like the good old days.
Like the good old days. Let's say hi to Brian in Virginia. Brian, what's up?
Hey, I cannot stand it. The last movie I went to because of this kind of crap was Spider-Man. And we had the most cliche family, everything. The little kid, the cell phones. I got so effing tired of it. I literally pulled out a $20 bill, walked up to them, and said, if you just fucking leave, you can have this 20. They all stopped, looked at each other, and like they won the lottery. Okay, great. That was the best $20 I ever spent.
Never thought of that.
Yeah, right on.
The Brooklyn theaters I went to, they'd probably rob me though.
Take
If he
the
has
20
if he has 20 to give me, he's probably got a lot more on him. Yeah, or do they just take it and go, I ain't going nowhere?
Thanks, and buy popcorn.
Yep.
Or some jujubes or whatever else young gentlemen like.
Ammunition.
Yeah.
You guys, this just in. Huge press release just released.
Oh, I got this in front of me, too. Yes. How about this?
XM Satellite Radio surpasses 4 million subscribers. That's unbelievable because
4 million.
We've been at this, I don't know, I guess we're heading toward 8 months. Toward 8 months. When we first started with XM, the company was at like 2.2. Something like that, like a little over 2 million. It just shows you, when you're looking back a little bit, how fast this is really growing. XM Satellite Radio, the nation's leading satellite radio provider, announced today that it exceeded 4 million subscribers last week, extending its significant leadership position in the satellite radio industry. By adding 1 million new subscribers in less than 5 months, XM is clearly the fastest-growing satellite radio company, said Hugh Pinero. XM has continued to increase its subscriber base at an impressive rate since its launch. It took 23 months for XM to reach its first 1 million subscribers. It took 8 more months to reach our second million, 6 months to hit 3 million, and less than 5 months to exceed 4 million subs.
Did you read this right here? More than 70% of all satellite radio subscribers have XM. That is an amazing stat.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, when we talk about the little doggy company, it's not out of jealousy, trust me. We just know we're kicking their ass, and we want to make it perfectly clear that everyone knows it.
They're looking for 5.5 million subs by the end of this year.
So this is huge news for the company today.
Hell yeah.
Huge, huge news.
That's a lot of potential listeners we got here.
Growing every day.
70% of satellite radio subscribers have XM. They're sitting on 30%.
They're sitting on 30% of the market with really shitty equipment.
And 95% of the entertainment cost.
Yeah, right. That strategy's working well for you.
Bravo. Bravo.
I read some thing on one of the Wall Street articles that said that Sirius is spending so much money per subscriber that it's actually the more subscribers they get at this point, the worse it is for the company. The more subscribers they get, the more money they have to pump out in order to get and hold that subscriber. That it's better for them to not get subscribers. Who got the company into that mess?
Martha Stewart move was good, though, man, because a lot of people I know that, especially like buy stuff, we always say, I wish Martha Stewart could be heard for, a couple hours a day.
Yeah.
Talking about cooking and recipes and stuff.
Yeah.
That's gonna be like worth $7 million a year that they spend. That's
sure.
a good move. Martha Stewart.
The goal with this whole thing, in a business sense, is to make the cost of having one subscriber to be less than what that subscriber is paying. And then you reach that point where you're actually profitable. But it's costing them so much money just per subscriber that they can't possibly turn this around in the foreseeable future.
All these big names just have their own channels and don't do much.
Yeah.
I don't know if Eminem does anything on his channel. What could he do? He just probably plays
just
rap.
Well,
they bought his name.
To hip hop.
They were counting on Howard to just have the same effect he did back in 1990, and it's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen.
If he did
he'll drive a bunch of people to satellite radio, which will help XM as well. But in the end, it's not going to justify the cost.
Sure as hell ain't going to surpass XM.
No,
that's for sure.
No,
and, it's not the old day. I mean, the guy had his huge moment, but truth of the matter is, if he went out to do a book signing now, sure as shit ain't going to be closing down blocks of Manhattan, and obviously the guy would get a really good turnout, but it ain't going to be what it was years ago. Not going to be blocks of crazed fans with police holding him back and stuff.
And I thought Mel was smart enough to know that, but obviously he's not.
Yeah.
Some guy last night at the Comedy Cellar goes, how come you guys don't go to Cyrus? Exactly.
Cyrus?
Exactly. That's what happens when you put two I's and a U in your company name, stupid asses.
Don't even know how to...
With the logo, that doesn't make any sense.
It's just dumb. Cyrus. It sounds like something you find on your foot, which is kind of like it's like a crusty skin thing.
Well, it's because it's the dog. It's the dog star, which is the brightest star in the universe.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, that's where all that comes from.
Is that what that nonsense is?
Yeah, but you'd have to be an astronomer to care.
Yeah.
But that's what their logic was. Well, we'll name our company,
Cyrus.
After
they killed Cyrus. It was them, the Warriors.
We'll name the company after the brightest star in the sky, which is the dog star.
And they figured people would go to buy a satellite company and then just go, you know what, we should buy one which symbolizes the brightest in the sky. That is just awful.
It's simple. AM, FM, XM. Hello.
Just like the Hyundai guy said. Makes it easy. It makes it look good on the nameplate. That's why we went with XM.
You like the helmets?
All right, let's say hi to Eric in Pennsylvania. Eric, what's up?
Yeah, I was just wondering.
One shit at a time. Go ahead,
I was just wondering about that. You said you guys were kicking the little doggy company's ass, right?
Yeah.
I was wondering, was it the ass or the liver?
Oh, Opie. Well, you should feel that one.
There's a bunch of people I would love to kick in the liver, trust me.
I think that'd be a good little promotion for you guys. Maybe they can make that for your billboard. You guys kicking the little doggy around?
There you go.
I like the commercial they had with the little dog in the car. Stop trying to have, look at the dog and go, people just automatically associate it with serious. Your company name is difficult to say and aggravating to the mouth.
I was really fast, too. I was having dinner with my brother, who works on Wall Street, so he knows, these companies inside and out, and he knows a little bit more about this portable unit that they're coming out with. And we already talked about it. It has, 2 batteries, and it's bulky and stupid that you can't even listen to, live programming. You have to tape everything before you leave the house. Mm-hmm. And my brother says another thing that they didn't really want in the press release, you're going to actually have to wear an antenna.
Stop it.
No, you're not.
Are you kidding me?
I swear to God.
Wear an antenna where?
He made it sound, but he's a goofball too. But he made it sound like you have to fucking wear the antenna,
like one of those Dan Rather on the convention floor, old '60s.
Pretty much
rabbit ears on your head.
Yeah, pretty much sticking out of your head.
You got to look like from the Starsky and Hutch movie when Starsky's jogging down the beach.
Yeah.
With the headphones on.
Yeah, he was listening to satellite radio as he was running down the beach.
Psoriasis.
Isn't that because they have no repeaters, right? They have hardly any repeaters. That's probably one of the problems. It's hard to pick it up.
Yeah,
they're just a mess.
I understand though. One thing I'll say in their defense, you get excellent reception if you're on 46th and 6th Avenue.
Oh, right there.
You can hear it really well.
Right
park your car right outside there and just enjoy and laugh and listen to some rap.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, congratulations to the gang down there in Washington. Big day for XM. Over 4 million subscribers. 70% of the market. That's just amazing. With things around the corner that are just going to blow people away.
Yeah.
It's only going to get better. All right, we should take our first break, huh, Ant?
Mm-hmm.
Even Howard knows that this company is great. Here's Howard talking about XM satellite radio.
Do you want to kiss me, or...?
If you're planning a road trip this weekend, it's time to take XM satellite radio along for the ride. XM gives you 100% commercial-free music. It's the ultimate playlist with channels for album rock, alternative, heavy metal, hip-hop, unsigned bands, blues, jazz. There's an XM channel for everyone in the family, including the biggest names in news, sports, talk, and comedy. All in digital quality sound for less than $10 a month. No wonder it's the most listened to satellite radio service. The XM Roadie from Delphi can turn any radio into an XM radio. It's the smallest satellite radio ever, so it looks great on your dashboard. Plus, for a limited time, you'll also get a free home kit, so you can connect XM to any home stereo. XM makes a great graduation or Father's Day gift. Check it out. Electronic stores, including Best Buy and Circuit City. Beyond AM, beyond FM, it's XM satellite radio.
Like sands through the hourglass, so is the Owen virus.
Why wouldn't you see a doctor right away? I mean, you need an operation, all that crap, right?
Because there was an insurance. Who's paying for this? Okay. And I was like, you know what? I'll fucking. I paid $300 a month for medical, so I'll go. But it took me. These doctors are so good, I guess, that they get a lot of shit. I guess a lot of people have ACLs that need to be fixed.
I don't know. That seems like something you should just kind
It sounds fucked up, right?
maybe gets you
Sounds
right
like
away.
it should have been taken care of already.
I went to the guy that I'm going to see website, and then I called this other guy who was going to give me an appointment the next day.
Yeah.
And he's got like a flat HTML page with a picture that his daughter took at a picnic.
Oh my God, you're
And
in
then my
trouble.
guy that I'm going to see has like awards he won from Harvard.
Yeah.
He's Asian.
Well, you need
I mean,
that.
I might wait. An Asian guy has got his shit together.
course.
This guy's bald. He look.
But can it heal all fucked up?
I don't know, dude.
Oh,
So wait a minute. Norton, did you just say yup?
It can. I'm listening.
How do you know?
Well, Kaiser Soze, I know what happened.
How do you know? Your knees go backwards naturally, you flamingo. You don't have ligaments.
I'm just amazed you haven't taken care of this yet.
Yeah, that's
I'm going Friday. I can't.
You're going to be a gimp.
I can't. No, I'm not going to be a gimp.
You gotta
might be.
watch that.
I'm not going to. What do you mean?
Yeah, you're gonna have
What are you
problems.
saying? You gotta live
You're gonna have
around.
problems the rest of your life.
You guys are fucking
Dragging your foot, orthopedic white shoe.
Oh.
One sneaker, one white shoe.
One being dragged, one heel bigger than the other.
Nothing funnier than going out on stage with those metal crutches that go around your wrist.
Opie and Anthony, the virus is spreading.
All right, this is the ONA virus spreading across America thanks to XM Satellite Radio. 4 million subs and growing every day.
Nice.
That is huge news today for the company.
Yeah.
God, this story about the runaway bride just gets better and better every day, huh? Gotta love this girl. She's a horny one.
Google-eyed whore.
She's a horn dog. I guess the latest, they're trying to say that she was headed to an ex-lover's house in New Mexico.
And love her.
This guy, I'm trying to think how this goes. This guy's sister and friend came out to see him.
Yeah.
Wait, no. How does this work? Because she was one of them.
He used to live back in their hometown.
Right, okay.
And they had hooked up there. Gone on a couple of dates. That was fixed up through family members.
Right, okay.
So,
here it is. About 3 years ago, she and my sister, okay, that's it, came out to New Mexico together to visit me, and I dated Jennifer a couple of times, he said.
Yeah. And then he says that she liked sex. She was, they had some hot and heavy sessions, and then that was it.
She had a healthy sexual appetite.
There you go. Num.
She liked sex, he
Eat
said.
'em up.
So now they're speculating that she might have been on her way to try to, see this guy, to get banged.
Only 2 hours away from where he lived.
Right.
When she made that phone call to the police. And, when you travel across the country and you end up 2 hours away from an ex that you enjoyed your sex with.
It wasn't really an ex, by the way.
They
went on like 2 or 3 dates, and
banged a few times.
She was real loose and just had a great time with this guy. That's what that was about.
So her fiance back there, he had abstained from sex for 18 months during their courtship. What century is this? And I guess she is he a virgin? The fiance?
You gotta
the
think
guy?
He's either a virgin or has had just minimal contact.
What an ass. One of these religious types that think it's you got to save yourself for the marriage.
One of these religious do-gooders that thinks he could show her the real way.
If you're one of these guys that assumes that you should save yourself for marriage, your chick better be a virgin who is also saving herself for marriage. Because you'll end up in a situation like this. Going 18 months.
Completely don't agree with saving yourself for marriage.
Oh.
You gotta know what you're getting into, man.
Of course. That's a pretty big part of things.
You need to test drive the vehicle.
Right. You might, you might not be compatible. He grabs you by the ears and shoves that in there, and you gag. That could be a problem.
What if her birth canal is too short and you can't get all the way in there?
Oh, you get halfway in and hear, ow! You go, oh, damn it.
Halfway in and you're hitting the back wall. Oh, what the hell is this about?
Hitting off the backboard. Yeah, so she apparently wanted a little more than the fiance was giving.
She emailed another ex in St. Louis, too, before she took off.
Yes.
Really?
She just wanted a hog shoved in
Of course, because she went a while without sex. She lost her mind.
Maybe she caught a look at this guy's mule or something, getting out of the shower, and it was small, and she's like,
Now, why would she do this, like, right before the wedding? Because that's the payday. That's when they're going to go into the bed and have some sex. Is she thinking, I can't do this after I'm married?
That's exactly what I'm thinking. I think this guy got into her head, and she's thinking, oh, my God, I got to get it all out before I get married. And she went into panic mode, and she's nuts to begin with, and just started emailing and figuring out where her conquests were, because I don't even think these are old boyfriends, and decided one of these guys will bang me hard before I get married.
I hear the best man was disappointed because he had already gotten pictures of him having sex with the bride and taped it to the bottom of all the plates. And during the toast, he was going to tell everyone to flip them over. Wow. Is that true?
Yeah. Like other men who've gone a few rounds with her, several firemen, a dentist, and gym buffs among them.
Wow.
This guy said she had a healthy sexual appetite, so...
They made it sound like they were the couple that was going to wait for marriage. She was getting cold feet. No, she was getting cold snatch. She needed some hot cock. Then she runs off. They try to make it sound like some little storybook thing. The innocent bride that was a little nervous and had to run. No, this is a dopey fiance who hooks up with this woman who has this, as they said, hefty sexual appetite, and she ran off to get some cock. That's it. Still getting married? Did they say?
I don't know. Isn't she in a loony bin now or something? Right?
She went into something, but I think that was one of those moves to get the public off of her.
Well,
she was getting criticized, and they were talking about billing her for the search, and maybe criminal charges. And then you take the Pat O'Brien route. You check yourself in somewhere and say, "Oh, okay."
They can't bill her for the search, though. She didn't tell them to search.
They actually can. They billed some college student recently. This girl disappeared. She had this story when she came back of how she was abducted, and then they have videotape of her in a convenience store buying duct tape and stuff that she used to tie herself up with.
Didn't she actually? Maybe there's a difference. Maybe did she stage that beforehand, like plan to get attention or something? Where this chick just took off.
No, they're saying that the college girl also planned it to get attention. But this girl, she didn't just take off either. She planned it in advance. She had that bus ticket.
Planning to get attention, like wanting people to search for it. Maybe the college girl wanted to be searched for, and this girl just wanted to get away. Like, can they technically bill you if you just say, like, screw this, I'm taking off?
I think if you file a false report like that,
that's right,
they can bill you, regardless of your intention.
Poor girl just wanted a little dick. I wish an ex of mine, some chick I banged 8 years ago, would get into this kind of hot water. I'd be all over the news.
Comes back, you would be.
I would, and I'd bang her too. I'd bang her while her face is on TV. I'd let her give me a Hummer, and I wouldn't tell anyone until it was over.
This guy in New Mexico would have banged her too.
Oh yeah,
but she only got 2 hours away.
But he was saying, they asked him what would he have done if she did show up, and he goes, he was quoted as saying, "I would have turned her ass in, and asked for that $100,000 reward." He doesn't care, man. He's just one of the many chicks he's probably banged. Meant nothing to him.
I'm sure she's good in bed though, because she has I like the fact that her head in this photo, the neck looks like you Opes in that one Photoshop that you made.
Photoshop.
Doesn't that look like open the
giraffe neck?
Oh my God, with those eyes, she's like E.T. A scared E.T.
Yeah.
Just wanted to put her finger up and touch a big cock.
But that's the latest on her. Just when you thought that this story was going away, there's another twist.
She has one bloodshot googled eye. Jizz got in there.
Hey, your eyes cleared up, Jimmy.
Oh, yeah, we've done that.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, I feel good.
Looking good. All right. Well, we can play a couple more of these today.
What's that?
Well, the Psycho Ex-Girlfriend voicemails.
That fits in nicely.
Nice little segue. We'll just do a couple more today. Where do we leave this bitch on Friday?
You could pretty much just say she's crazy, making phone calls to her boyfriend.
Yeah.
I don't know if she was in the it's over, take it easy, I'll never see you again mindset, or the please call me, why are you doing this to me?
She was committed to moving back to Allentown.
Yeah.
Sounds like she was in Texas or something. And she wants her cat back. That's all she cares about is her cat.
And she's saying that she's going to go out with some guy that asked her out.
Right, so she's just done with this guy, Mark.
Yeah.
That's what she said on Friday. Unfortunately, there's 23 more voicemails to go.
Yeah.
We'll play a couple more here today. Let's go with this one.
Saved message, Thursday, 12:25 a.m.
Mark, you know what? Seriously, I don't know what is up your ass tonight, but it's 11:22 my time, and if I can recall, you weren't even home at this time last night, and I've been calling you now, and you're pissed at me, and you know what? It just isn't fucking fair. So you do whatever you want to do, okay? And you have a good night, because I'm going to, and I want my cat back Friday night. When I get into the airport, I'll take a taxi home, I'll get in my car, and I'm assuming by that point it'll probably be close to 9 o'clock, and I want to pick up my cat. And I'm hoping that even if it's going out of your way, I hope you make yourself available to me, because I just want to get my cat. You can go out for the night. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do, because you know what? I don't care anymore. If you can do this to me, you obviously don't care. You can do anything you want, and then you can do it back to me, and it doesn't matter. So I just want my cat, and I want to move on. Okay? Goodbye.
All right, good news, Anthony.
Yeah.
Good news. She seems a lot calmer. I think
just wants her cat.
I think it's finally hit her that this relationship's over, and she's calm about it. She just wants her cat back.
She's getting realistic about the whole situation.
I feel a lot better about this this broad.
Oh, sure.
Because over the weekend I was feeling sorry for her because she was losing a little bit last week.
She's moving on.
She's moving on. Let's go to the next one here.
Saved message, Thursday, 8:12 a.m.
Mark, I want to talk to you. I'm sorry. And you know we've talked about this before. I said something stupid, and I didn't mean it. And you know that. And I won't call you anymore. I'm sorry. If anybody can understand, it's you, I would think. I am sorry. And I just think the whole stupid thing again is happening. It's stupid. It's stupid, Mark. It's stupid. We want to be together, and, you know, it's been a rough week, and I'm sorry on top of it. I do feel bad. I'm sorry. And I know how you feel, and I'm sorry. So if you still don't want to talk to me, that's fine. And you'll get your money, and you'll get some on top of that, and if you could find out a way for me to get my keys back, because I won't even be able to get in my house, that would be great. But I love you, and I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I didn't mean to disappoint you, and that's the last thing I wanted to do. So I wish you would just think of that and forgive me. I'm sorry. Okay? Bye.
Oh, apologetic.
Oh, all right.
Now she's sorry. Did she say she was sorry?
Yeah, I think so.
Jesus, shut up already.
Alluded to it.
But I like that she's calm in these phone calls today.
Yeah.
I couldn't really handle the
Very
crying.
calm.
The crying. The crying ones.
Saved message, Friday, February 16th, 8:57 p.m.
And another thing to your voicemail. You just lied to me. You lied to me so many times. You lied to me about that with her. It's mind-blowing. Untruthful, dishonest. So, hope you're feeling good about that. Take care.
Uh-oh. She's losing it a little bit.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. You hear it in her voice.
It's a little shaky.
She's quivering a little bit here, Anthony.
Saved message, Friday, February 16th, 8:59 p.m.
You know, one last thought. And, you know, yes, I am saying this because I'm angry and I want to hurt you back, but it is the truth. I guess this means I could finally have that date with Joe. You know, the one I've been putting off? I saved his number. Bye.
Ooh. Now we got a little interest here.
Apparently she wants to go see his U2 cover band.
Wow, there's a little tease there, huh?
Yeah.
She saved Joe's number.
Saved message, Saturday, February 17th, 11:45 a.m.
Well, we seem to have a little problem here, you and I. I'm going to need you to call me back real soon because apparently you're stealing things out of my house now. What happened to the crystal decal thing, the heart crystal, the Swarovski crystal that was on my countertop? Where did you take that to? That wasn't yours. My brother bought that for me, and now you're stealing things out of my home. So, unless you want me to call the police and tell them that I need you to return the stuff that you stole from my house, however small it might be, it was significant to me, and I want that back. And I don't know how many other things you stole from me. So, we got a little problem here. So, I need you to call me back and return that to me immediately. Because, you know, don't put it past me, Mark. I'm fucking furious. And I've had it with you and your stupid things that you do, and it wasn't yours. You had no right to take that. You know what? Take your fucking gifts if you want them back, but don't take fucking things that don't belong to you. You better call me back.
So far, so good, though.
Yeah, she's holding it together.
Kind of boring today, actually, these calls.
Sage
Here's a
message.
short one.
Saturday, February 17th, 11:47 a.m.
I'm fucking around. You better call me back because you took stuff out of my house that is not yours. It doesn't belong to you. And that's something to call the police about, okay? So you better fucking call me back. I'm not fucking around, Mark.
She's starting to threaten
him.
him.
Little threats. The cops could be involved. That's a problem.
Sage message. Saturday, February 17th, 11:56 a.m.
No need to call me back. All I can say is there better not be anything else missing from my house, asshole.
That's it, huh?
Yeah, she's going with the quick ones now.
The quick ones.
Thank God, because there's 15 more to go.
Sage message. Saturday, February 17th, 12:15 p.m.
Well, just thought I'd let you know that another good day in my life after all your misery. Just found out that my father's going into the hospital on Wednesday because he's already been diagnosed with prostate cancer, and he's had cancerous cells removed twice before from surgery, and they found more. So now he's going in, and we never know how bad it is or if it spreads until they go in and operate. So that's Wednesday. So I just hope you fucking leave me alone and don't fuck with me, because I've had enough. And by the way, I'm definitely out of here. I'm probably going to give it a couple months, and depending what happens with my dad, I'm leaving, fucking up my life, and continuing to fuck with me. I just want you to leave me alone, because you know what? You never gave a shit about me, and if you did, you wouldn't be treating me this way. You wouldn't continue to break up with me and get back together and break up with me. You never fucking loved me. How could someone who wants to marry me do that to me and continuously break up with me? So just fucking leave me alone. Leave my life. Just fuck with me.
Is he returning calls?
That's what I was
Leave me alone.
Absolutely, he is. He's still banging her, I bet, too.
You think?
Guaranteed, dude. He's still. There's no way, because the thing she's saying.
How would you want any contact with this?
She must be in bed. Maybe she has a big meat pocket. She's all over the place, this silly goose, isn't she?
Yeah.
The police might be showing up very shortly. I'm going to go see Joe. I'm leaving town. My father's asshole has to be cut out. All right, did you pick one thing and obsess on it?
He's not calling her back at all.
No.
He's not, because she's trying everything to get this guy to call her.
Yeah.
You know, you have my cat. I'm going to leave. I might go out on a date with Joe.
And he's not calling.
You're stealing stuff from my place. I got to call the police now.
Mm-hmm.
Now my father's sick.
Right.
She just wants a call back from this guy, and he's not biting.
Sage message. Wednesday, February 21st, 9:09 p.m.
All right, let me say this calmly. I don't know what could have possibly upset you today, because I don't think I did anything wrong. I really don't. And I don't know why you're upset with me and why you called me all afternoon when I couldn't even get to my phone calls, let alone check my voicemail. My mother's been calling me all day, and she couldn't reach me. And I guess that's my fault now, you know? But you yelled at me when I called you to tell you about the phone. You know, that was a problem. So, okay, I can't check my voicemails. I can't take any calls. That's a problem. But yet I tell you that's a problem. And on top of it, you know, I don't know why you don't want to see me tonight. So, once again, you're running away, you're withholding, and you're pulling back, and you're torturing me, and I don't know why you're doing this to me again, and I expect a phone call back, because you said you weren't going to run away. I don't get it, Mark. I didn't do anything wrong. What the hell did I do wrong this time? And yes, my father went home, and they sent him, he got home, they called the ambulance, and they sent him back to the hospital, and he's not doing well. And, okay, whatever. I don't know what I do to you. I expect a phone call back.
She lost it a little bit there.
Huh?
She lost it a little bit there.
What do you mean?
She started getting a little emotional.
Yeah, she's starting to lose it again. Matt from Connecticut. What's up, Matt?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
Hey, wanted to tell you, I like your show, and this is the first time I heard this thing with the crazy ex-girlfriend, but I had one not too long ago that did the same thing. She'd leave 10, 12, 14 messages a night when she knew I wasn't going to be at my phone, and it's just great to hear somebody else. Well, I feel bad that somebody else is going through the same thing. But
yeah, everybody's been through, I think everybody's gone through one of these, where you get these calls and your messages are left.
I'll tell you,
check your messages. You got 15
I got
of them.
rid of her.
Hey, Matt, you know what? When you call a radio show, you got to kind of listen.
All right, go ahead there.
Ann was going to kind of relate to you and say a couple things, and then we were going to end with the big, whoa, how you got rid of her. It would have been a nice little radio phone call.
No, I'm done, sir. Go ahead.
But now he's done. He doesn't feel like doing it, and now this phone call is falling apart as we speak.
Ann's feelings are hurt. I'm annoyed.
I'm a little hurt.
See, when you guys call the show, we like to interact with you guys.
You know, Matt, I was just trying to give my point, and you just talked and talked and talked and wouldn't let me get a word in edgewise.
I'm sorry.
Why do you do this? I'm just trying to relate to your story, and you talked over me. Is that asking too much to just want to be able to talk? Matt?
I apologize. I'd like to interact with
fuck
you.
you, and I want my cat.
All right, Matt, how did you get rid of your ex?
She was very religious, and which is kind of odd because she was also nuts. But she was always telling me that.
Why is it odd that she's religious and nuts? Have you seen any of these religious people walking around your city?
They're all crazy.
They're all crazy.
That's true. She was always talking about how she would pray to God to give her the answer and pray to God to tell her what to do. And so finally, she got me on the phone and I couldn't get her off. So I told her, God talked to me and he told me she should jump out her window.
Ooh.
So I guess that either offended her or she believed it because I never heard from her again after that.
You know, when we're looking back at the week of radio shows on Friday, this is going to be the phone call where we all agree was the worst of the week.
Matt's call already on a Monday?
I guarantee.
Matt, you got the worst call of the week, and it's only Monday.
I guarantee no one is going to beat Matt's phone call to this program.
Matt.
Sorry about that, man.
No, it's not that bad, Matt. So what happened?
No, shut up, Jimmy.
Jimmy. Don't egg him on, Jimmy.
Let him take his beating and move on, and he'll learn, and he'll get better.
That's right.
The next time he needs to call.
Matt, are you new to the program?
Yeah, I just started listening not too long ago when you guys came on.
All right. See, he's new to the program.
All right.
I think Matt did a fine job.
Were you religious growing up, Matt?
Shut up,
Shut up, Jimmy. No, Matt, shut up.
Matt, no, don't
fall into his clever ruse.
This guy is good. I wanted to know a little bit about you.
Shut up, Jimmy.
Yeah, no, I'm not a religious person.
All right.
My parents tried, but it didn't take.
At least you got rid of her, though, man. Sometimes it's tough, right?
Shut up, Jimmy!
Thank you, Matt.
All right, guys, take it easy.
Hey, Matt?
Let's go to Deidre. Deidre, what's up?
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Fine, how are you?
Girl.
Good. It's a girl.
Hey, I just wanted to ask you guys if you had touched on the fact that all this madness started going down right around Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they broke up for some reason.
Very touching time.
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out the backstory in this relationship. It doesn't sound like it was a long one. It seems like somehow they met because, I don't know, she bought a cell phone from her.
Then they
started
from
him.
cohabitating?
Then cohabitating, and then she went to Dallas to be with him because she's from Allentown.
Yeah.
So maybe she went down there for Valentine's Day and it just didn't work out. I don't know.
Well, it's odd that the cat doesn't have a name, too. She wants her cat.
Right.
They just call it Cat. And I hate that I love this now because it really grates on my nerves, but I got to hear what happens.
Yeah, it is really annoying.
It's kind of like a soap opera.
Yeah.
You know what? Which woman really annoys me is the one that announces the date at the beginning of every stupid phone call, and she says February. That really irritates me.
I didn't even notice
Her
that.
perfect pronunciation, that dumb operator machine.
Saved message.
Stephanie
Friday,
C. They call her.
10:57 p.m.
Perfect
I
diction.
kid you not. I'm going to give you a couple minutes to apologize because I don't know if you thought that was funny again, but it wasn't. You fucking validated my feelings. You weren't listening to me. You burst into a cheer, and I'm supposed to just sit there and take it? You asked me what was wrong. I told you. You didn't fucking listen to me. In fact, you wanted to prove to me that you weren't, and you didn't care. Well, you did. So, unless you need anything else, you better call me back. I'm not fucking around, Mark. I am so done with this.
Oh, she is fucking around. This is 37 calls we're up to. Do we keep going or what? Or do we...
One more, maybe.
One more?
I'd say so.
Then we have some...
Saved message. Friday,
sorry.
10:59 p.m.
Okay, can you stop being spiteful now and obnoxious? Because if you want this to work, if not, you're not listening to me. You asked me what the problem was. It's on my mind. I told you.
She rubbing the phone on her bush? What's going on here?
You know, I'm just here trying to sand this table. And
they're playing Guess What's in My Mental Institution.
And then you didn't listen to me. So why you didn't fucking ask the question? I am truly and sincerely asking you. I'm not going to be begging anymore, Mark. This is bullshit. I'm not going to fucking chase after you. Chase after me. You know what? I'm fucking worth it. So I'm going to expect your call, like, in a few minutes, like 1 or 2. And then I know that it's not really worth it to you. So, goodbye.
I'm going to bet that he doesn't call back.
I would think no.
In a couple minutes.
No phone call.
Now we got to see if he called back.
Saved message. Friday, 11:17 p.m.
You know what? You're a fucking bastard. You have no sensitivity. And you know what? When you do something wrong, you can't handle it. And fuck you. You can fucking make me feel like shit. And you can't fucking feel bad about it. So fuck you. You're not fucking picking up the phone. I'm fucking sick and tired of fucking chasing after you. Fuck you.
All right. We're at the fuck you phase.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Wow. She held it together right up to that point where she gave him a couple of minutes to call back. Apparently, I would say that he didn't call, and she got a little upset. I have you heard the steamy, seedy description of the Runaway Bride's sexual encounter?
No.
With the Hispanic man and woman that abducted her? This is from her story. It's pretty steamy.
What happened, Ed?
Well, let's see. They talk about how she was jogging out on the evening of April 26th. She was grabbed by 2 individuals, a Hispanic male and white female. This is from the police report, obviously, in a van and thrown in the back of it. Her hands were then tied with rope. The individuals placed her on her right side on the floor of the van and made her face the back door. The male then began driving while the female stayed in the back of the van with Jennifer. After approximately 30 minutes, the male pulled the van off the side of the road and shut the vehicle off. She's all tied up and wondering what, why are we stopping?
Can I jump in really fast?
Sure.
This obviously is her fantasy that she really wants to happen to her.
Absolutely.
This girl is so horny.
So horned up that the fantasy of an abduction has to include this little sexual thing that happens.
All right, go ahead, Ant.
Off the side of the road, the vehicle gets shut off. The female took off her pants and underwear, but left her shirt on. The female then pulled down Jennifer's pants and underwear, performed oral sex on her, and digitally penetrated her vagina. So this couple abducts you and licks your pussy.
This chick rocks.
The girl takes her clothes off and starts going down on you.
Dude, this reminds me when I was a kid. I had a bad thing. I was actually walking, and this girl with a really meaty vagina pulled over and made me get in the car and jerk off looking at her and listening to Ozzy. It was horrible.
And then let you off
she
somewhere.
out.
This doesn't happen. How about stabbed her in the chest a few times and shit on her face?
Ooh.
I'm going to take the bad with the good.
Is there more?
Of course.
Oh, good.
Pulled down her pants and underwear, performed oral sex on her, and digitally penetrated her vagina. The female then moved over Jennifer's head and told her to perform oral sex on her. At the same time, the male had gone to the back of the van. He then removed his pants and placed his penis into Jennifer's vagina. According to Jennifer, she performed oral sex on the female until the female had an orgasm. The male pulled his penis out from Jennifer's vagina once the female had an orgasm. Jennifer was not sure if the male had ejaculated. The female and male then dressed themselves and pulled up Jennifer's underwear and pants. The male then moved to the front of the van and began driving again. One of the sergeants asked Jennifer if prior to the van stopping, did the male or female make any comments? Jennifer said they only spoke in Spanish. Now, this is the investigator trying to trip her story up a little bit. The sergeant also asked Jennifer if it was dark or lit in the area they had stopped during the sexual assault. She replied it was dark. He then asked if it was dark, how was she able to see the female and male removing their clothing? Jennifer stated when...
Well, look at those eyes of hers.
She sees in the dark.
Of course she does, man. Those eyes are adapted for the dark.
If only she thought of that. She didn't say that. Look at my eyes, you idiot.
Eyes, you idiot.
Turn the lights out in here and hold up some fingers.
Well, these pupils don't move.
The investigator kept asking her questions. She kept going, who? He went, you. What do you mean all you did was eat Wise potato chips? What are you talking about, miss?
I can't answer that, but I can tell you how many licks it takes to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop. What exactly did the female... let me see. Jennifer stated... I lost my spot. Where was it?
That's all right, Ann. Take your time.
Damn it, wait a minute.
Because I still got the nice visual in my head of what she wants done to her.
And I guarantee you this is what she did in Vegas with this couple. Because she did hang out with a Spanish couple in Vegas.
Dark or light. Okay, Jennifer stated when she was told by the female to perform sex on her, the female placed her vagina over her face. She could tell the female was only wearing a shirt. Because I guess the shirt kind of...
Was hitting her in the head?
Was hitting her in the face.
A little bit.
Sexy. As she was licking her pussy in this fantasy this woman had.
God, this guy better marry this broad.
Sergeant...
He's got a lot of fun ahead of him.
The sergeant asked Jennifer, what exactly did the female state to you when she wanted you to perform oral sex? Jennifer said the female told her, now you can lick my pussy. The sergeant asked if the male or female made any statements to her while the sexual assault was taking place. She said no. The sergeant asked Jennifer if the male was wearing a condom when he penetrated her. Jennifer replied she did not know. Would girls know that or not?
Not necessarily.
Feel a condom?
Let's hope not, because I've been pulling it off for quite a few years. Yeah, it's on.
Sergeant asked Jennifer if she was bound by rope during the entire sexual assault. Jennifer said yes. And the detective asked if Jennifer had penetrated her with any force. Jennifer said the male did not use any force, but he did not use any foreplay either. I asked her if she was sexually assaulted by at any other time throughout the incident. She stated no. After the sexual assault, they began driving again. She told them she remained lying down and did not sit up. And then they stopped numerous times to get gas and junk food. She was dropped off in Albuquerque, where she made the 911 call. So that's her little sexual
That's the police
fantasy.
report. That rocks.
She told the cops, and the cops asking her those questions must have just known she was lying.
But the fact that the girl's sitting on her face, that turned me on.
Yeah.
I got like half a rod going. That's really hot, man.
I like how it didn't include anything really bad, though. Like, the guy might have been wearing a condom. Didn't seem like he even came. He was just, like, having sex with her until the girl came. The girl that was sitting on her face, she's so good at oral sex that she made her come.
And this kook
and then the guy just stopped.
This kook is going to marry this religious nut. Because now I think he's nutty, too.
How about plowing it into her ass until it bleeds? How about that? Now, that's a rape.
That's not her fantasy, Anthony.
That's not her fantasy.
She's into the threesome.
Why didn't he put his uncut gift into her face when he was finished?
Right.
The husband-to-be had to read this police report.
Oh.
He must have been out of his mind.
Well, we'll pray together and
right.
hopefully get through this with prayer.
Right.
And oh, yeah.
Yeah,
there you go. Pray together. What you need to do is get another chick to squat on her face.
She's probably already licked some box in the loony bin. She's been in a shower with another nut.
Broom handles and
they're scrubbing each other's faces.
Oh, one of them kneels on some flip-flops.
Right.
We heard they do that.
Yeah, we have. Oh, the story just gets
story.
better and better.
It's pretty hot. That's off the smoking.
You know,
gun.
the religious family had to read the police report going, oh, my God.
They
oh
had to
my
read
God,
everything.
Are you kidding me?
They had to read everything.
We thought our son found the perfect woman. And
they
now,
don't want this woman now.
And now we're going to have to deal with this.
Just the fact that they had the ability to make up this perverted crap. The family would go, oh, no way.
She did that. She did that in Vegas. I guarantee. Cause she
You
hooked
think
up
that's it? She did hook up with a Hispanic guy and a white woman.
That is exactly what she did.
And that's what happened somewhere.
She's probably a nympho that was trying to change her ways and then realized, oh, my God, I just can't do this. I need sex. I need sex.
Need that cock.
I need
the cock.
Yeah. And just went. Started contacting the old boyfriends. That wasn't working out too well. And then maybe in Vegas ran into a couple like this.
Maybe. That's why you go to Vegas. That is why a woman like this would run off to Vegas. Where can I go in the United States where I could just probably hook up with a couple of people and have some sex? Sin City, Vegas. There you go. She ends up there, hooks up with this couple, Hispanic guy and a woman, and they probably did exactly this. She probably sat in her face.
Oh.
Guy's banging her.
Oh, he probably had her legs pinned back.
Yeah.
Oh, just look at this
Yeah.
owl-eyed whore eat his girlfriend.
Oh, God.
Let's say hi to George in New Jersey. George?
Morning, guys.
Morning.
Hey, the cops knew this wasn't real the minute she said the other girl came on her face and the guy didn't blow a load.
Exactly. Stop it.
I'm
Stop
out.
it.
All right.
Big eyes.
Is that just hitting the press, the police report finally?
I don't know. It's on the smoking gun. I don't know how long it's been here, but...
All right. Let's go to Ben's raw ass.
Ben's raw ass?
We love Ben's raw ass. What's up, buddy?
Hey, I got a little funny story for you.
Uh-oh. Hold on. Is it a funny story?
Let's put our laughing hats on.
You guys ready for a funny story from Ben's raw ass? They're clapping and applauding in the other room. They're ready to go.
All right. I was trying to hook up with this religious chick once, right? And so was my friend at the same time. So she said she was going to have to pray to God to tell her which guy to go out with, right?
Yeah.
Needless to say, she didn't pick me, but she also didn't put out. So he ended up raping her.
Wait a minute, that actually... I gotta disagree with the boys. That was funny and hot.
Okay!
Good story, sir.
All right.
Well, there you have
Funny
it.
story?
An interesting one. Let's see.
I have a funny story.
Yeah?
It's a story about the intern who didn't come in and take my coffee order fast enough, and he got a keyboard and throw it at his face. Go ahead. Hey.
All right, we're going to take a break.
Wait. A, the line was awful. B, I said keyborn.
Keyborn.
We're going to take a break. We're going to regroup.
Let's do that.
That's what we do on this program.
Right.
We're going to do some more sex talk with that grandma after the break.
Whoa!
Some things to look forward to. Get wet. Sue Joe's recipe for a sexy shower seduction. This is all sex advice from a grandma, Anthony. Saran wrap. It's not just for leftovers anymore.
What do you do with saran wrap? What are you bringing saran wrap in? What, a hot Carl?
Yeah, hot Carl.
Hot Carl? Or the Cleveland steamer, as they call it?
I've heard it called a hot plate.
A hot plate? Another one, hot lunch?
Yeah.
Hot lunch, yeah.
I think your face feels like a plate, I guess.
So you put the plastic on your face.
I wouldn't know.
And then, wouldn't that suffocate you?
What would rookies?
Rookies using any kind of...
Yeah, please.
And then plopping it on you would probably feel like your hand feels when you have the plastic bag on it and you pick up your dog crap from the sidewalk.
Would you let someone do that on your face with plastic on it?
Warm, steamy one on your face?
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Make like a little mustache out of it and then just laugh about it?
Oh, you can make things like a magnadoodle, where you're the face, and since you got plastic, you can just make a big Raleigh Fingers mustache, or a Groucho mustache, or you can make big eyebrows. Sure. That'd be fun. Crafting little facial features with shit.
A magnadoodle.
All right. Of course. We'll continue with sex advice from the grandma, Sue Johanson, next.
Like sands through the hourglass, so is the Owen virus.
They
dedicated to Opie and Anthony on XM Satellite. Right, Bildo? Nice round of applause for him. Shove it up me. Shove it up me. Shove it up me. Opie and Anthony. Shove it up me. Shove it up me. Shove it up my hairy pussy.
Yeah, turn around to Bob.
You gotta turn around and take them like the other way.
She's shoving it up her ass. All right, we're getting the garbage pail, Robert. Relax. Wow. Look at that, huh?
Someone kicked that dildo right into her ass.
Keep the panties on. Wait, you need to be on mic now so you can sing.
I said, shove it up me. Shove it up me. Shove it up me. My hairy pussy, Opie and Anthony.
Pull down the pants for the big finale. Big finale, here we go.
Oh, God.
Down, girl. I just feel kind of shy pulling it down, you know?
Embarrassed and ashamed.
Yeah, I really, my mother's listening. All right, my mother gets XM. I said, shove it up me. Jim Norton and Robert Kelly. Shove it up, Jim Norton and Robert fucking Kelly.
Oh, she's got eyes for you, Bob.
Inside the other side.
I love you, Bob.
Hey, no instincts. Pull it to the other side.
Shove it up.
Look, Robert.
Shove, I'm getting hot. My pussy loves you.
God.
We're going to have a gangbang here. Of the morning.
Bob, take a sip of water.
We're losing Robert again. We're losing Robert.
Shove it up my hairy pussy and my hemorrhoided asshole too.
All right.
Hey, bend over. I'll shove it up you.
All right. Very good.
Shove it up.
Opie and Anthony, the virus is spreading.
Man, we got lots to do today. So much, I don't even know where to go next, Anthony. We got Paul Anka flipping out, which is actually really entertaining.
Always good to hear somebody that is always calm and collected in public, losing their mind.
Some father yelling at his son. I need the backstory to this. Let's see. Oh, it's right on the CD. Father goes to pick up son. Son makes him wait. Father flips out on son, calls him the C word, and screams head off for 6 straight minutes.
Calls his son a C?
Yeah. And then we got the grandma talking about sex. You want to do a few of these first, and then we'll move on?
Those are always good.
All right.
I love Granny talking about sex. Ugh.
I don't know. I've seen this lady a bunch of times. She got a lot of press because she's one of these hip grandmas that speaks openly about sex.
She knows squat.
And she's on the Oxygen channel. I guess she's from Canada. Her name's Sue Johanson. And she's just awful. And no one's willing to tell her that she's just awful.
Old Canadian broad.
An old Canuck.
It's like, look at the old broad talking about sex. Oh, my God.
Look at her.
How does she do it?
It's outrageous.
It's so outrageous. But it's just bad. Disgusting turnoff. It's bad TV. And then, we played a few of these last week, and she really doesn't know what she's talking about.
No, she's giving bad advice, too. It's bad enough to hear her have to hear her talking about this stuff, but her advice stinks. Just lick the tip. No.
When you grab the shaft, make sure you get a handful of hair and yank up and down.
There you go. When guys are really hard, they love when you take their cock and bang it into third gear. No.
All right, well, here she is talking about getting wet. Sue Joe's recipe for a sexy shower seduction.
I hate shower sex.
Recipe.
It's awful.
Shower sex.
There's no lubricant, really. It's just that, like...
Water's awful.
Because the water, it's the worst.
Water is an awful lubricant. That's why pool sex doesn't work very well either.
Never.
And like Anthony said on a past show, when you take a shower with someone, one person gets the nice hot water, and you and your little body shivering in the corner,
freezing in the corner, waiting
for your chance to get that warm goodness.
Oh, just looking. Could you just splash some of that warm water over here, please?
Could you help me out? My dick is getting smaller by the moment.
Yeah, that's
here.
always good too.
Right.
It's a little awkward. You're standing there, and the water's running off your dick. It looks like you're taking a leak.
You got to have one of those cool showers. Every once in a while, we're in a hotel where you got the two shower heads. That would be perfect for shower sex.
Huge shower with shower heads everywhere. So you could just hang out and,
You and your lady get the nice warm water on your back at the same time.
Not standing in the back of the little tub
right.
with the shower curtain blowing the cool breeze onto you.
Yeah.
Like, all right, I'll wash my hair while you wash your body. And okay. I'm freezing. And now the soap is caking up on you because it's drying.
I take such hot showers that there's like a cold front thing that happens in my bathroom where I can't control the shower curtain.
I need blasting hot. Yeah, and because of that, like the air is moving so quickly that the cold air is blowing in the shower curtain.
Is there anything worse than when the curtain keeps sticking to you?
That's what I mean.
Oh, that's the
flips
worst.
up on you and sticks.
It's like, beat it, curtain.
You can do your own weather. You can do your own weather experiments in your bathroom. It's just awful. All right, well, here she is talking about sexy shower
What does
seduction.
she know? She's probably got one of those plastic seats in the shower.
Yeah. While your partner soaps up, you remove your diaper. What?
I was looking at houses over the weekend.
Yeah.
And it was some old couple in this house, and I guess they're moving because the family's gone and it's just them, and they don't want to knock around a big house. So looking at the master bedroom bathroom.
Oh God.
And I walk in, and it's just an old person's bathroom, and I looked and I saw that stool. When you need the stool in the shower, it's like, oh.
The reality is they probably moved there like 30, 40 years ago when they were a hip young couple.
That's right. Never thinking they'd ever have to buy that stool for the shower. But there it was. Oh,
never thought they'd have to get handrails just to take a dump.
A handrail.
Jesus, time just stinks.
That's the worst.
Just to be able to take a dump on the run.
No one beats time. Who are we kidding?
Time is king. Kicks everyone's ass.
Moved in with their young kids and a dog running around the yard.
Guy had the big mutton chop sideburns. Hey, you kids, damn it! Get in here! The mom's, cooking dinner, and he probably walked up and smack her on the ass every so often.
Right.
Yeah. Showering together.
Now they just sit around talking about all the medication they have to take to stay alive. God, life stinks.
Reading the paper out in the sunroom.
Reading the New York Times because you want to still feel important.
Oh, but nothing in there matters to you in your life.
That's just the worst.
That was it. Huge house too.
Yeah,
like too many rooms, everywhere. Rooms that it would be great if you had 6 kids running around. Probably remember hearing that, kids running all over the place.
Considering you're going to have exactly 0 kids in your lifetime, that would be a bad thing.
I need a chamber of horrors that I can hang people up in and torture them. I need a big house. What if I got to sleep and there's someone wailing in pain in the next room? I need a big house. I didn't see anything.
I know we're going to go off on a tangent, but you had me laughing really hard because Anthony. There's a lot of things Anthony hates.
Yeah.
And I love when he talks about it. He hates kids. Yeah. Absolutely hates them. And he also hates the Russians.
Russians, I wouldn't mind them so much if they weren't every one of them exactly the same. There isn't a stereotype of Russians. It really is just the way they all are. They are such self-important. Because I was from the Soviet Union and came over here, for some reason they're better than Americans, and they're constantly telling how much better they are. And no matter what they do, it's better than what you do. And the dancers just put it over the top. You know, it's bad enough the guys talking that way, but the dancers that have come over now, and every strip club you go to is now a Russian chick, that they have the sexuality of farm equipment. There is nothing sexy about these Russian chicks. They could don't get me wrong. They could look very hot. They could have
and they do.
Beautiful bodies.
Yeah.
They could look very seductive and sexy. But when the second they try to move or open their mouth, it's over, Johnny. I make the good sexy dance for you. I will make this sexy for you now. If you give to me the money. Oh, and then they do that bad dance. Like, you know, white people, they always say white people can't dance. They are the uber white, where they are so bad at it, it just looks ridiculous. And over the weekend...
You ran into a Russian.
Ran into a Russian. We go to look at a house, and, you know, the things with real estate agents, just my head explodes. For some reason, the real estate agent that we're with is showing us the house, but there's another real estate agent that has to be there. She wasn't there. So we're just, you know, looking through the house. We asked the woman that was there, I guess the housekeeper, so we're looking through the top half of the house. So this woman shows up, this other real estate agent, and it's a Russian woman. And she starts saying, "You are not supposed to be in here until I show." It's like, the house is for sale. We're just looking. Believe me, don't worry. I'm not robbing the joint. So we looked at the upstairs already, and she goes, "Have you looked at downstairs?" And we're like, no. "Okay, come, follow." So we follow her downstairs. She goes, "This bathroom, here family room, that is door to outside. When you leave, use gate." I'm stunned. I look at my girlfriend and start laughing. I was laughing because it was like she barely showed us anything downstairs and then just showed us how to leave the premises. You're trying to sell the place. So we're looking out in the backyard just going, "Okay, now go. You can leave now." I'm talking in the Russian accent and just laughing my ass off that this woman who's supposed to be selling this house for this woman is telling us pretty much, here's the gate, know how to use it, don't let it swing and hit your ass on the way out. Unbelievable. So, you know, obviously we weren't going to go for that house.
I love that. Let's go to Tony in Queens. Tony, what's up?
Here's room, here's door to outside, gate, use it.
Go ahead, Tony.
Hey, you ever notice that these Russian people in Russia, Mother Russia, they were all doctors, lawyers, engineers, and then they get over here and they're fucking custodians, garbage men, whatever, man. They have, like, no sense of humility, and they're all arrogant. They're just dicks.
They're very arrogant. What it amounts to is they were a conquered people. They were a conquered people. It wasn't a conventional war. It was a Cold War, but they were beaten, and their way of life had to change because of it. Their country became very poor, and a lot of them, when the gates opened up and they were able to leave their country, came here to the United States. And they feel this, I guess there's this deep down inferiority complex that they have to conquer by being superior to everybody, no matter what they do. Sure, I clean up your house, but I do it better than anybody ever could.
Well, they were brought up thinking that they were better than the United States, even though they were a communist nation.
Yeah.
So even though that now we're showing them, well, yeah, right, this way of life is much better, they don't want to admit that their life before they came to America was awful.
They always talk about what they did before. This guy's right. I was, in Russia, I was a nuclear physicist. Now, okay, how many filters do I use for coffee maker?
Right.
What do you want? And the dance is, like I said, just unsexy. Just stand there, strike a mannequin pose naked, and that'll work. Just them being naked. The second they dance or, God forbid, try to talk, "You buy for me the champagne. Buy for me the champagne, I make this sexy dance for you." Ugh, leave. It'll smell like cigarettes. Ugh.
Let's go to Mike in Denver. Mike!
Hey, guys.
What's up, Mike?
So I hate strip clubs as it is, but I got drugged to one by my friends. And
you got what, sir? I didn't hear you. You got what?
I said I got drugged to a strip club by my friends.
You got drugged?
Drugged to a strip club.
You got drugged.
Yeah.
Why did you get drugged to a strip club?
It was a birthday thing for a friend of mine.
Same thing. Bachelor party once. I got dragged over to one of those clubs, and it was full of Russian chicks.
Oh, yeah. And I'm sitting there drinking my beer, and this Russian chick comes over and goes, I'll give you a lap dance. I was bought for you by friends. So she takes me behind the curtain for my little lap dance, and they play her song, which is Sweet Home Alabama, and she starts singing it to me.
Oh, God, that would sound great.
She's got this mechanical ass shake, which was horrible. And she goes, I'm actually from Texas.
Yeah, Texas.
But you are from the Eastern Bloc, and you know it. And the thing that really killed me was I'm getting a lap dance from a Russian chick singing Skinner, and I'm a black guy.
That just stinks.
All right, I'm punching up.
Sweet Home Alabama. Great. That's got to be sexy.
Let's say hi to Jeff in Jersey. Jeff?
Hey, fellas. How's it going?
Hey, man. Why are you eating ice cream in the morning?
Oh, it's not ice cream.
Oh!
It's a Starbucks, a mocha chip frappuccino.
It looks like a sundae.
Very, very sugary, but I decided to treat myself. I'm tired.
It's chocolatey, and it's got some whipped cream on there.
I asked for no whipped cream, but Travis is, it happens.
Uh-oh. Is Travis doing a very noble thing, screwing up, knowing that we can't keep him on board, so we feel better about letting him go?
We can't
get him. No, Travis takes this stuff seriously. Travis didn't even ask if he could come in. He just busted right in.
Oh.
Jimmy didn't want whipped cream on that.
No, I asked you if you wanted whipped cream. You said no, and then you said yeah, you know what, yeah. And I said, so you want whipped cream? You said yeah.
No,
and then I left. Yeah.
Did you say that?
No.
No. Well, somebody's wrong here.
Well, it's a misunderstanding. Why would I not know what I wanted?
But you're sure you heard him say yes.
I said yeah for fat-free yogurt. When you said I said yogurt, and you said the fat-free, I'm like, yeah, that was what I said yeah to. Because I remember that was the...
then it's my mistake.
Why are you eating... Oh, man.
What?
You're eating all these dairy products.
Well,
that means we get a special little treat.
It makes him nervous.
Yeah, I get scared.
We get a special little treat in about an hour.
Yeah,
Enough with the dairy products, please.
Are you really leaving? We can't find a way to keep him?
We're trying to figure it out.
We're trying to work it out, but Jesus Christ.
Why is it so hard?
I don't know.
If he's not going to school, he can't come here and just hang out.
How about this? Bob Edwards wants him to stay.
Oh, there you go.
Phone should be ringing shortly.
Your lickety-split.
All right. Thank you, Travis.
You're welcome.
I'm on Travis's side.
Me too.
I think he heard whipped cream.
No,
I think Jimmy's freaking out over there.
Why would I freak out?
Lack of sleep.
No. If I wanted whipped cream, because Travis...
Oh. He's not going to fall for that.
I used to
get
good. When I was working for a living.
Yeah.
And I used to go to get breakfast in the morning, and it was always 2 eggs on a roll with ham, cheese, salt, and pepper. Every time. Yeah. Right? And I would go to the deli and get it. Same deli all the time. And too many times to count, there was ketchup on it. And I hate eggs with ketchup. I cannot stand it. Scrambled eggs, maybe if I was starving, but eggs with like over easy, yolk and ketchup mixing together, it might as well be, can I have a snot sandwich? I don't like it. I don't want it. I would never order that. And to have the guy behind the counter go, when I come back in, because I go to the van, I would open it up and see the ketchup and go, son of a bitch. Go inside and go, excuse me. Like, I cut the line and everything. Excuse me. There's ketchup on this. And the guy would go, oh, you asked for ketchup.
Ugh.
And I would look back and go, if you understood how much I hate ketchup and eggs, why would I then ask for it? Hey, could you come in my mouth, please?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Could you just do that? They actually say that you asked for it. No,
This is very fascinating, Anthony, but we have a bigwig on the phone.
Of course we do.
He can't be waiting. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Elo.
Hey, boys.
It's been a while, Elo.
Elo.
What's up?
Well,
hi, Eric.
Welcome back to the program.
Thank you. I was starting to get a lot of fan mail from the Virus Nation wanting to know if I crawled under a rock.
Congratulations on your quotes in the Rolling Stone satellite radio article.
Thank you. I just would like to also clarify a few things.
Oh, okay. All right.
The sun will rise in the east and set in the west.
Oh, wow. That's an exclusive from Elo right there.
Eric and I did talk off air about the whole Rolling Stone thing because Jimmy's been riding him really hard.
Yeah.
And I think Eric, it got to Eric a little bit, and we're talking about a bunch of, dumb things, and he's like, I'm so pissed off because I talked to Rolling Stone for a half hour, 40 minutes, just like you and I did. And that's all they use.
Yeah,
that's all they use.
Is
one dumb line about what was the line again?
I think it was something like something to the effect of, at XM we have channels that play hit records, and then we have channels that don't. Or something. It was some stupid line.
No, it was actually a cool quote. You said something about if you play like a lot of hit songs,
people will listen.
People will listen, as opposed to playing non-hit songs.
I don't remember.
It was I thought it was a good quote.
Oh, you didn't, you liar.
It's fun to be in these national magazines. I'm not going to lie to you. But then when all you get is, the first line of that article says, Opie and Anthony can curse all they want now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like they totally miss it.
It's like they don't get the point of what we're trying to do here on satellite radio.
No, they don't get it at all.
But whatever. So big news for the company today, huh, Eric?
Huge down here. I mean, it's we've got a party, we've got a marching band in the parking lot. We're grilling. We've actually got a Ferris wheel. It's fantastic.
It's a regular carnival going on there.
But is this 4 million thing? Let's be honest, is this actually going to surpass the Martha Stewart signing, the amount of people she's going to bring on board?
Yeah,
because they say fat middle-aged women are lining up with toasters. Oh no, this is just actually portable units. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's a big deal, guys. You guys, I heard you talking about it this morning. It's great. We're really excited. It's clearly growing faster than anybody had ever expected. We're growing faster than most other new technologies. We were the first to beat 1 million behind the DVD, but faster than CDs and cell phones and everything else. So, I mean, it's just it's amazing, the growth, and it's just really exciting. And I really don't think, to be honest with you, that the turbo growth, the real fast growth, as you'd refer to it, really isn't going to start happening until later part of this year. And obviously next year, we've got Hyundai, that's coming on next year, which is just going to be cranking out cars with XM exclusive. And then you have Toyota, who chose us as well, over that other, Series I, whatever you called it, Jimmy, company. So, I mean, it's really exciting. I mean, it's
we had a lot of fun last week when they announced their portable unit.
Oh, my God.
What are they doing?
Well, I think
they should be. We said they should be getting those to the Best Buys and the Circuit Cities under darkness. Just leave it at the back door and hope no one acknowledges how awful these things are. Why would you send out a press release saying that you have a portable unit but you can't listen to any channels live?
Yeah.
And that it's bulky and big and has 2 batteries. And then my brother at dinner on Saturday was saying you actually have to wear an antenna.
Oh, that's just terrible. You're going to walk around with a little satellite dish on your forehead.
Yeah.
You guys have Toyota, too?
Ooh.
Should XM has Toyota?
What's that?
XM has Toyota, too?
Yeah, we did that deal before the Hyundai deal. And actually, I think in the next 3 to 4 months, there's actually some cars on the lot that are starting to hit with factory install for Toyota, and it's going to be in all the Lexus and all the Toyotas as well. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 70% of the market we have, XM.
Yeah. It's very exciting. I mean, there's just so much great stuff, and the interesting thing is that when you look at what's really happening with the growth, and what is happening with Major League Baseball right now, and what's happening with you guys, and what's happening with all the content that we've done. People are coming to XM Satellite Radio for more than just one thing. They're coming because they want O&A, and then they discover baseball, and they discover music, and they've got this entire.
And Bob Edwards.
Bob Edwards is another great example. We've all heard the Kramer spot, of course.
The Bob Edwards is not a great example. You know that.
Oh, listen. Bob Edwards. Bob Edwards has a big following.
All right, let me explain this to you. I'm going to educate you for once.
Explain this to you.
You educate me a lot. I'm going to educate you. Okay.
Explain it to me.
Bob Edwards was huge in the NPR world. Okay.
He was.
All right, but the problem is the NPR world is not a huge world.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tiny, 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 tiny little planet. It's that planet that we barely know the name of, way out in the solar system.
Just outside of Pluto. They're not sure if it's a planet yet.
Yeah, that's the NPR world when it comes to radio.
But it's a big world to the people in that world, though.
Right. If you're living there, that's your world.
It's your world.
Oh, it's got to be hundreds of people that are buying XM for NPR stuff.
But we're dealing with a solar system.
That's
here.
right. That's what Elo's trying to say.
Just on a planetary scale.
That's right. We're made up of. But just think about this for a second. Think about our channel called Ngoma, Channel 102.
Yeah.
It's African music.
Really?
You know what?
That's how you say that? I see that on the. I thought you were making up a channel, but then it hit me because I do go through all the weird channels.
Yeah.
I've seen that channel, and I couldn't pronounce it until just now.
Really?
It's called Ngoma.
Ngoma.
And what type of stuff do they play there?
It's African music. It's African tribal-inspired music. And to those people, that small planet, that is their entire universe. They're happy.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
You know, and it's funny, by the way, speaking of odd channels, have you guys picked up on the, because, you know, we had the whole airplane scare down here with Lee Abrams driving over the White House and everything?
Yeah, right.
Now, let me see if you guys can make this. Do you know what the tail number is of his airplane?
I know there's an XM in it.
Okay, I'll give you the tail number, and then you see if you can figure out the connection here. The tail number is N101XM. So now what I'll ask you is, given Lee Abrams and given what you know about Lee, what is Channel 101?
The pot smoking channel?
It's called The Joint.
The Joint.
Oh, the joint.
Joint.
Oh, okay.
Oh, God, man, really?
He rocks.
Got that past the FAA, huh?
He rocks. I just will never fly with him.
No, I won't fly with him either.
That's
but it's exciting times here, guys. You know, we'll pass 5 million. We'll be north of 5.5 by the end of this year, and you know, we don't know where our competitor is. Nowhere to be found.
Wow, I got one of your quotes that's hitting the wires right now. Eric Logan says, "Now that XM has 4 million subs, there will be more people listening."
We had more people today than we did yesterday. So have you guys hit on the fact that about the Me 103 thing yet, or no?
No.
Where you can actually because you guys already have a channel, but you know, a lucky subscriber and 3 of their friends can win an entire channel for 24 hours where they can play and say and do whatever they want.
Howard Artie Robin Shop.
There you go. Just go to xmradio.com and sign up. It's right there on the front page.
That's pretty cool.
Get your own radio show.
Get your own. No, not just show. Channel for a day.
Channel for a day.
Yeah, we'll fly you here. It's called Me 103. It's all about you, and you know they can. Whoever wins can reach out and call you guys, and you guys can come down and host a segment with them if you wanted to.
No, we won't be doing that.
I like that idea.
We're too big for that, you know. No, just kidding.
We have our own show to do.
But I'm available, by the way.
We're trying to, you know, get this show going every day.
Oh, the show's great.
We're gonna not give our A material to some listener out there.
Some listener and 3 of his friends.
Right. Any big announcements on the way?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know me, I always got something in my bag.
Come on, give us a little tease. Something.
I'm always sitting in my bag.
A little tease.
What's in your bag?
My big bag today was the Me 103 thing. That was my big thing today.
Yeah.
That was my big thing today.
And of course, 4 million.
4 million. That's nothing small. Now I think Hugh is actually in Manhattan today.
Oh.
So you should be looking. He may be popping by.
Deal going down?
No, he's up there for the 4 million, doing a lot of TV, a lot of press, a lot of media.
Very, very cool.
Yeah. So it's very great. It's very exciting. Glad you guys are here. Just enjoy the ride.
And how are you personally going to be celebrating the fact that XM hit 4 million subscribers?
Tonight?
Oh, God, you are awful. Click. Just picturing him sitting there looking at that phone receiver going, motherfucker.
No, the beautiful thing is he hasn't looked at it yet. He is still going through the...
How he's celebrating tonight.
You could actually hear him go, well, tonight he geared up and was ready to go. And I saw
he actually had an answer.
Oh,
as
God,
he's asking the question, I see him looking at the green things to make sure he has the hang-up button lined up correctly. I'm like, oh, Eric, don't answer.
Oh,
just say nothing.
Funny.
Just say nothing. I got nothing going on.
Wow. Oh, you are bad, man.
Oh, that makes me happy every chance I get to do that. I think he's calling back. Let's go to Scott in Illinois first. Scott, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey.
Give me your opinion, Ope, on the new Family Guys.
Hate it.
They are doing nothing for me. As a matter of fact, I'm enjoying American Dad much more.
Seems like they're giving American Dad more latitude with risque material.
What's wrong with the new Family Guys? I was never.
I hate it. I don't know what's going on. I think because of the whole, the whole new climate and the FCC and that stupid Janet Jackson who should be assassinated for being a dope.
Ooh.
This is now what you're seeing over a year, year and a half later. Is watered down shit on these networks.
It just seems like these episodes are kind of the throwaway episodes that you never really want to watch twice on the first 3 seasons.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know if they gave up on Family Guy and then last minute the network decided to bring it back, so they rushed this into production. And because the other show, what is it, American Dad or whatever?
Yeah.
That's a much better show. So it's almost like his whole production company decided to focus on this new cartoon, and then last minute they said, no, we're going to bring Family Guy back as well. And I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
There's no Stewie. There's no real interaction with all the characters in the family.
Yeah, I'm not digging it at all. But I just wanted your opinion. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Punching out.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but it's just watered down.
The shows are very similar, too.
The 2 shows?
Yeah, which very similar, and it's hard to do 2 shows.
Which makes me wonder what was going on. I think they were only going to do the 1, and then last minute, Fox said, no, let's get some Family Guy episodes back, too.
Imagine us having to come up with this shit twice a day.
Right. Yeah, because it looks like they took all the characters, just reworked them a little bit, and threw them into American Dad.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make sense unless that was supposed to be the only show that they were going to, produce.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, well, we should take a break. But very disappointed so far with the Family Guy. Very disappointed. I mean, everyone's, through a half-hour episode, there's a few chuckles, maybe 5 minutes out of 30 minutes, sure. But it just seems like the quality is way down and the whole thing is watered down in general. Ooh.
Did you see that scene in American Dad last night where it was like...
I missed it.
Oh.
I didn't even see American Dad last night, actually.
The dad's looking at a picture of his wife when they went to some beach, and she's in a bikini, and he goes, this is the only picture of her where you can't see vag. Yeah. So, but vag turns out to be some, helper boy on the beach.
Oh, God.
You can't see vag, but they get away with that.
Right.
And for some reason, it looks like they've tamed down Family Guy a little more than that other show.
You think they did it to keep the shows different?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Like maybe, we don't want the tempo to be, or the tone to be the same.
There was such a buzz.
There was just a few episodes so far. You can't. I don't think you could just.
There was such a buzz with Family Guy coming back that I'd be amazed that they purposely toned it down. You'd want to, put out your best material, right?
No, I mean, maybe they already had these done. And they did Family Guy after, and what do we want to do the same thing we're kind of doing? I mean, I'm just guessing. I'm watching.
Yeah, there's a backstory. There's a story. I don't know what it is, but it'll probably come out. Because you know what? I was even thinking when we were talking to what was her name? The chick?
Paula Abdul.
No, man. Alex Borstein and Seth that day.
Yeah.
I just got the feeling in general that there wasn't this overall excitement that Family Guy was coming back. Almost like there was some stuff going on behind the scenes.
Really?
Yeah. I just got a weird feeling. I'm like, wow, where's the real excitement that this show is finally back after being off the air for a few years? I don't know. All right, we should take a break, and we'll continue with the O&A show. On the phone line, if you could hold through the break, is Pepper from Corrosion of Conformity. He was supposed to be on the show on Friday, and rumor had it he was missing, and there's a happy ending to the story, I guess, but he's going to let us know why he missed the show on Friday.
Hey, this is Joe Perry. This is John C. This is Brian Regan. This is Charlie Murphy.
This is Lois Griffin.
This is Ozzy Osbourne.
This is Larry the Cable Guy.
This is Flavor Flav, and you are listening to Opie and Anthony.
The Valerians.
New COC, right? Off of In the Arms of God. And Pepper's on the phone. No one's in the studio right now. I don't know where Opie and Jimmy went. I guess they're peeing together. They love pissing together. You guys love peeing together, man. Oh. You just can't wait to jump up and...
There's no way we're back on.
Yeah, I know. That was really quick. That was really fast.
Wow.
We have
That's what
really,
I said.
Wow, we really have weak bladders.
I pay a lot. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Where are we? Come on, you guys couldn't help us out and give us a longer
I
break?
just gave COC the big sell.
Nice.
And
love the COC. We go way back with COC.
Oh, yeah, the old WAAF days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Played a few blasts back then.
Pepper, what's up, buddy?
What's going down?
Pepper Keenan from COC.
Yeah, you're right.
Do you remember us from AF? You can be honest.
Yeah. Long time ago.
We used to do a lot of shows with you guys, and you guys were one of our faves back then,
You're on
man.
the big time now, man.
Didn't we do something with them at Mamakin, I think it was?
We did a lot of stuff with Pepper.
Nice. Do I have to explain what happened on Friday?
Yeah, we were really hoping for you to come in. You know, we haven't seen you in a while, and next thing I know, like, Ben is handing us a note saying Pepper is missing somewhere in New York City. They busted down his room, the door to his room in his hotel, and they saw some like chick in his bed, and that's all they knew.
You know who that chick was?
Huh?
That was me, face down. The stupid lady assumed that I was the woman, I guess because of my beautifully long hair.
That's awful, man.
Do you have a hairless ass, too?
It was me. And I had made the mistake of flying to New York and leaving my phone charger at home, so my cell phone was dead.
So you didn't wake up for our interview or whatever. You were going to come over here. I think you were staying right across the street.
Yeah, I was ready to go, man.
And then all of a sudden they went into panic mode and what they got?
They were calling friends of mine in New Orleans to get like running buddies in Manhattan's phone number.
Oh shit!
It was hilarious, and I'd been out in Manhattan the night before. We were running all over the place, but I was ready to go. But the lady, security woman or whatever, assumed that I was a woman, obviously thinking that some guy with beautiful blonde hair wouldn't be the singer for COC.
Jeez, did you have was the sheet pulled up on you, or?
I had no idea, man. I'm lucky I wasn't buck naked on the floor.
Well, maybe then she'd know it wasn't a chick.
Then she really probably would have thought it was a woman.
There's a woman with a cock in this room.
Yeah, it wasn't sounding good on Friday.
Yeah, it was funny, man. Everybody was completely in a panic mode, but I was up and at 'em.
Well, it didn't help that a national talk show is basically saying that Pepper's missing. Because that's the info we got. Pepper's missing, and there's some chick naked in his bed.
There's a dead chick in the bed.
Yeah, I think at one point we did say that.
She wasn't moving.
We're like, it's rock and roll.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
We've seen this story before.
You're right. Been down that muddy road.
I gotta tell you, I haven't seen you in a while, Pepper, and I was watching Some Kind of Monster, and I was rooting for you. How bad did you want to be the bassist in Metallica?
That was some crazy stuff, man. I mean, those guys that kind of had secretly under the radar been wanting me to do it for a while at that time, and it was between me and Trujillo, you know. I knew it was going to be tough because he is a damn bass-playing monster.
Yeah.
But I think he couldn't sing quite as well as I could, so I thought that was kind of an ace in the hole on that end of it, you know, because the backing vocals are pretty important to James.
Yeah.
But in the reality of it, once I got in there behind closed doors, I was like, man, I don't really know if I want this. You know?
Really?
Yeah.
Was it a little, they were a little crazy, huh?
Yeah, just in terms of the whole musicianship thing and the way they operate nowadays, it's, you know, it just wasn't quite the way I would do things.
I just loved Some Kind of Monster because it exploited what this band has become. It's just one big business, which is you know, whatever.
Fine.
It happens all the time. But then when you see a therapist like that dude,
I kept calling him Dr. Phil, and he didn't really like that.
Well, he was just an older dude, and these guys were just listening and hanging on to every word he had to say.
Which I guess at that point in their career might have been important. I don't know. I mean, I just saw James recently, and they seem like they're back to their normal selves. You know, but shit, man, people argue. People don't always get along. It's just the reality of life. You can't fake it, and you know, and I understand all the issues that they have. But it's, you know, that was a big time thing. And if I would have gotten a gig, you know, I mean, they didn't need me. They needed a yes man in that band.
That's what I was just.
They don't need another
Hetfield
Hetfield or another Lars in there, and that's what would have happened.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you that. If you did get in, I doubt you'd have any say over what goes on, creatively, especially.
Yeah, and that would, you know, obviously my ego couldn't have handled anything remotely close to that. You know, there's no way.
Wow. Did you think, though, going in that you might actually have a say in things, or was it
Well,
just
I knew
kind
I
of
would. I mean,
make some
I wouldn't have
Metallica
done
money?
I wouldn't have done it, you know.
No?
Hell no. There's no way. You know, and you know, in terms of songwriting and stuff, I'm not a genius, but I think I'm pretty good at it at this point in the game. And
But the Metallica money's got to be kind of nice.
yeah, I mean, I never would have changed my life, you know. That's not the kind of person I would like to think that I am, you know.
Yeah, but you know something?
$1 million bucks, I mean, come on.
You gotta be human too. A lot of people say that, you know, you gotta compromise sometimes your artistic credibility against making some money, and you know, a lot of people, I don't know.
Well, see, what happened when the whole thing went down, they were filming the whole time I was there. I went there twice. I was there for quite some time. And they were filming the whole time, and they wanted me to sign a release form. So they said I had said a lot of intelligent things and blocks. Everywhere you went, the camera was on you.
Uh-huh.
And I told them, I said, hell no, man. If I don't get this gig, nobody even knows I was here. You know, I'm not. Everybody else was calling up Rolling Stones saying they were auditioning for Metallica and all that shit, and I didn't even give a crap, you know.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm very happy in my other bands, man. You know.
Damn.
This is not going to change my life. And then they called back at the end and really wanted me to be in there because they thought it was important, you know. I agree with them to a degree. But I was definitely not using it as any kind of catalyst or selling point, you know.
No, you got stuff going on.
Yeah, so I was fine with it. But I think in the long run, it turned out best for everybody, you know. I probably would have been initially happy, you know, but I think as things would have gone down the road and I realized what I would have given up musicianship-wise or musically,
right,
personally, you know, because I got my hands in a lot of different things, you know, and I wouldn't have been able to deal with that. I wouldn't have been Pepper Keenan anymore. I would have been the bass player for Metallica.
Right.
Basically.
Pepper, you're a huge fan of Motorhead. And
yeah.
There's an old quote here: Lemmy is to metal as Johnny Cash is to country. Wow.
Yeah.
We got to hang out with Lemmy in L.A. We just did like an hour and a half of radio with him where we just talked shit. It was really interesting. Yeah, he was talking about aliens and all sorts of fun stuff, man.
He's quite a guy, man. You know, that guy's like, you know, he's a cultural icon. I mean, he definitely made rock and roll turn, you know, and not many people can say that as one person, you know.
It's a lot of fun to drink with him.
Oh yeah.
Tell you that man knows how.
He's
to
in good
put him
shape
down.
too, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, I never actually sat down and talked with him at length, and I thought he was completely burnt out. But,
no.
The guy is pretty sharp and very funny. That goddamn English humor.
Yeah, he's up there, man. He's 60 years old or some shit like that.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's no kid, man.
It's fucking amazing.
Dude, is there any better song than Love Me Like a Reptile?
Love Me Like a Reptile.
Fucking
I got
phenomenal.
to play Overkill with him on the last night of the tour.
Really?
Which is pretty outstanding. I told Lemmy I felt like the little bald-headed kid with cancer in the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Hey, did you see when they were on the Tonight Show and they sang Ozzy's Hellraiser?
I didn't see that, no.
Yeah, it was great, man. But put Lemmy on the Tonight Show.
You know, he wrote a lot of songs for Ozzy.
Yeah, I think he wrote Hellraiser, actually.
He wrote a couple of the huge hits.
No More Tears?
Yeah, No More Tears, that's right. That's the one he wrote, yeah.
I didn't, you know.
I had no idea until we talked to Lemmy that day.
Yep.
So, and you were really good friends with Dimebag, huh?
Yeah. That's rough.
Is it going to change how you tour, you think?
No. I mean, if I was to let it do that, I think, you know, Dimebag would slap me over the back of the head. You know?
Yeah, I hear you.
Get the fuck up. What the hell are you doing? You know?
Yeah, that whole situation was just weird, like a friggin' soap opera, and then.
Yeah, it's just. I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, the way I had perceived the whole thing was a different take, you know, and I just think that. In terms of a lot of bands and musicians out there, I'm not talking about Daryl at all, but there's a lot of negativity out there, and people use that as a catalyst to write music.
Yeah.
I think sometimes in this day and age, it can send the wrong messages, man. And all it takes is one shitbag loose cannon out there to direct their anger.
Oh yeah, I hate the rappers too, man.
It just doesn't make any sense, you know.
Yeah, I hear you.
But he was quite a person, man. There's no doubt. There's not a day that goes by I don't think about something crazy ass shit that fool did.
Right on. Well, the new disc is called In the Arms of God. the single Stonebreaker, and you guys are going to hit the road, obviously, huh?
Yeah, we go back out June 1st or 2nd, I think, starting in Indiana, and we're doing 49 shows in the United States.
Hey, wait, were you guys just on? Were you guys did you just play with Motorhead in L.A. for the 30th anniversary?
Yeah.
I actually was at that show, and I was backstage, but I got there late. I got there. I didn't see you guys. I didn't get to see Jericho's band was on too. I know,
that was a good show. It was like backstage. It was like a who's who of heavy metal people.
There was so many '80s metal guys. I had my camera. I got fucking every Dio, Rudy Sarzo.
I got my picture taken with Dio.
Yeah, I bothered him too. I wasn't sure if it was him. I'm like, he's a tiny little fella. You want to pick him up and just kiss him. He's a little fucker.
He's a super nice guy, man.
He was great. He was really great.
Yeah.
See that? Yeah, the voice comes out of a body like that.
He's a powerful vocal. Yeah, I was asking him all kind of questions, just grilling him, and he was just sitting there. We sat there and talked. I was asking, what the hell were y'all thinking when you did Mob Rules, man? I mean, come on.
You didn't like Mob Rules?
I loved it.
Oh, okay,
My favorite, that song itself was just the most powerful thing. I was like, man, you guys must have been freaking out when you heard it come back to the speakers.
I'd be honest, on that album, I would take Country Girl or Sign of the Southern Cross, I think.
Yeah.
And I preferred Heaven and Hell to Mob Rules, but I still like it.
Yeah, Heaven and Hell is incredible, too.
All right, let's go to Howard in New York. Hoo-hoo. Howard, what's up?
Hey, what's up? I fucking love COC, man. You guys are the fucking best band.
There you go. Thank you very much.
I go way fucking back to, like, Technocracy and Animosity.
Nice.
That's like
We're doing some Animosity songs on this next tour.
Oh, it's fucking awesome, man.
Yeah.
But anyway, Opie and Anthony, you guys should, like, get fucking Anthrax to, like, fucking get that whole spreading the disease or virus thing there. Should fucking get Anthrax in there and write a fucking song for you because, they got that spreading disease song and shit.
Little tie-in.
That'd be fucking cool tie-in and shit. But anyway, I'm punching out. Fucking COC fucking rules.
That's all you wanted to say? I thought you had a question.
No, I just fucking love fucking COC.
Dude, I love COC, dude. All right, that's cool. No worries. Let's go to Dave in Queens. Dave, what's up?
Yo, what's going on, man?
Hey.
Yo, did you get to speak to Phil at all since, he wasn't allowed at the funeral at all? I just wanted to know if he's still alive. Phil Anselmo from Pantera?
I haven't spoken to Phil in a long, long time, man.
But what's the reason? Why wouldn't they allow him to come to the funeral? I think it's kind of fucked up, don't you think?
It's hard to say, man. I don't really know. I went to the funeral regardless,
Yeah.
And you'd have to ask Phil. I mean, obviously there's some tension between the Abbott family and Phil, and I think it might have been perpetrated by the press, but, I don't know.
Yeah, I got you.
It got out of hand, things were said about each other, mean things, spiteful things that, at hindsight were completely stupid.
Yeah.
I'm smoking a blunt for you guys.
There you go. Nice.
Have a good day.
All right.
I got to tell you, one of our highlights was talking to Phil at Ozfest a couple years back.
That was great.
He was so freaking out of it.
On what? On Down or Superjoint or?
I don't. Was he in Down?
I think he was in Down.
I think it was Down, right? You were in that band with him, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, why didn't we would have loved to talk to you that day because we go back with you. But they brought Phil over. He couldn't even walk by himself.
Yeah.
He looked like
stories he was telling, man.
He looked like Weekend at Bernie's, man. His eyes were behind these sunglasses. They weren't focusing on anything. He looked like he was dead. I swear to you. It was like 100 degrees, and he's wearing like a winter cap and.
Yeah. I haven't spoken to the dude in quite some time.
Oh man! But he told us death is overrated and all sorts of fun little things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, death is overrated.
Death is overrated.
Right.
All right, Pepper. Always a pleasure. Cool. It's been a long time. Maybe you should come in when you guys are playing.
Yeah, we'll be back. We're playing in New York on the 10th of June, I believe.
Yeah, Irving Plaza, June 10th.
Anybody wants to check out our dates, it's on our COC.com.
Okay, very cool.
We're going out with Crowbar and a band called Alabama Thunder Pussy and a band called Weed Eater and then Fu Manchu on the West Coast. So
all right.
It's going to be cool.
All right, thanks, Pepper.
All right, brother.
There he goes, Pepper from COC.
See you.
Wasn't a chick at all. It was just him and his golden locks.
See, I'm not the only one that's made that mistake.
Try to wake him up and grab that big back.
Yeah.
Hello, wake up.
Happens.
All right. People are reminding us that we were going to talk about Sue Johanson, the grandma,
right.
and the sex advice from that show she does on the Oxygen channel. Here's a clip from the show, Anthony, where she talks about her recipe for a sexy shower seduction.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. We were talking about showers an hour ago on this show.
No, we get sidetracked, don't we?
All right, let's get back on the road with this clip.
And here's this week's idea to spice up your sex life. A shower with a difference. Now, you light candles all around the bathroom, and you burn some incense, and you plug in your favorite romantic CD, and you lure your partner into the shower, fully clothed, except for shoes, of course.
Kill them. Lure them in and hit them with a hatchet.
How do you lure someone into the shower?
Lure.
Yoo-hoo!
Yeah.
Yoo-hoo! Do you break out the old yoo-hoo?
You know what you have to do? Through the doorway, you have to just stick your arm out there and then do the come hither thing with your finger.
Right.
And go, yoo-hoo!
How do you lure someone?
Lure them. Actually, how about place rose petals on the ground leading to the bathroom?
And you as that dummy is like, oh, what's this?
What's this?
I better follow the trail.
Oh, fully clothed, she says.
Why fully clothed? Ooh.
Clothed, except for shoes, of course. Then you undress them, button by button, unzipped and unhooked. Now you start by kissing them all over, under the spray. You lick, you suck, and you whisper sweet nothings, or you make animal noises. Under the circumstances, I'd suggest dolphin noises. When you're peeling off those wet, clinging undergarments, you can pretty well count on it's going to get steamy.
Animal noises.
You'll
Give me your
probably end
wallet.
up on a soggy bath mat in the middle of the floor. Sounds like fun to me.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, it does
She
not.
stinks.
These pseudo-sexy things, these things that are supposed to be sexy, that are sexy in movies, button by button. You're just sitting there going, take my fucking clothes off.
Yeah. Put a little whipped cream on the nipple. Yuck.
Make animal noises. Stop it.
I wish I could do a billy goat. That'd be a fine one to do. Make a billy goat noise while someone's eating your ass.
Dolphin noises. Ugh.
Who can make a dolphin noise?
Well, she was trying to be cute and funny.
Yeah.
Of course.
How about a whale noise? You know that low thing you're doing when you're getting blown? Make that like you're going down on a girl.
Jeff on Long Island, what's up?
Last time I saw a good shower scene, somebody luring in, was Tony Montana with a chainsaw and Scarface.
That's a shower scene.
Yeah, pretty good, guys.
She's
Lure
rubbing
them in.
She's rubbing your stomach. She goes, now they leg, huh?
That isn't sexy. That old broad doesn't know anything.
Well, why don't we try another clip from her show, Anthony?
Her voice is awful, by the way. She has like a lisp, a weird
Yeah,
lisp.
baby.
Well, she's got
I
the
wanna lick you. Yeah, baby. Touch my dick. Yeah, you like that, don't you? Wow, you're talented. All right, I'm just gonna reach around and grab your pussy. Wow. Oh, you're good. Do two at the same time. Oh, baby. Oh. Easy. Suck that cock. Whoa, there she goes. She's swimming away.
Oh, I was waiting for the motorboat.
Yes. Wrap her in duct tape and plastic. Then ever so sexy, throw her over the side.
And make sure you tape it all up. Otherwise, that little fella's going to pop out and say...
Ruin your trip to Mexico.
Want to try another one? Let's try another one. She talks about saran wrap, Anthony. It's not just for leftovers anymore.
Of course it's not. Yeah.
So here's a slightly kinky but fun thing you can try. Get naked on the bed. Then you wrap your partner from head to toe in plastic wrap. Make sure you leave a breathing hole, or you may get a little more excitement than you bargained for.
Oh, my God. You know how silly you would look.
You know how stupid that is? And what is that? What is that?
They do it in bondage. It's a common thing in bondage.
In bondage. Who the hell wants to really do that?
It's called mummification, and it's sickening.
It is sickening.
Yeah, but I don't think she's talking about mummification.
No, she's not.
I think this is going to just get really awful.
This is just being wrapped up in plastic wrap, laying there, sweating on yourself, and at the mercy of whoever just wrapped you up.
Screaming, let me out, let me out. This is very uncomfortable.
Let me out.
And then you wrap him or her up like a mummy. So they're totally immobile. And then you start licking and kissing and sucking and blowing all over. Front, back, and every nook and cranny you can find. Then you get a small whisk broom and you gently rake it all over the body. Those little nerve endings will just be a jumping. Now, silk is a better wrapping material for this escapade because it allows the skin to breathe. But for a short period of foreplay, the good old plastic wrap from the kitchen will do.
Great.
Enjoy.
Then you go to work on Monday, you got a rash and pimples.
Oh, you're all broken out because
I wasn't breathing right.
You're sweating on yourself and it just can't come out of your pores. They're all backing up.
You got cut marks from the metal teeth that cut the plastic. Because that dumb whore doesn't know how to wrap it properly. She keeps scraping your bag with it.
Jesus Christ, Bob, what happened to your neck? Oh, you got a rash. I think it was some sunblock I was using, and in your head is how ridiculous you looked on the bed like a trout.
That'd be really sexy, too. She's nibbling and kissing your elbow, and all you're thinking of is, I can't move my arm. My asshole itches. My asshole itches. Please blow in it.
Got little sweat beads just falling into your ass crack, and you just want to itch.
It's just one of those deep ones, though, where it's like a double knuckle itch.
Oh.
Do you ever have those deep ones you're going to wash your hands after you scratch? But oof.
Gives you a little special treat.
Maybe use that sexy implement, that whisk broom.
I know.
Who owns a whisk broom? What century is this woman talking about?
Unless
you
you're
have
75.
dustbusters now.
Right.
Get the whisk broom.
Take a chimney sweep.
Let me find a Little League umpire to come over the house with his whisk broom and whisk my ass. What is it? What's a whisk broom?
It's awful.
Oh. His old top hat.
Just an
this
awful,
old broad,
irrelevant woman. She has to think of something to say. I mean, how many sex shows are you going to do? Will you
get out the rolling pin? Stick it up his ass. He's going to love it.
And nibble and lick and blow and kiss.
Isn't that awful how she says that?
It's just gross.
Nibble and suck every nook and cranny. Nook and cranny, again, not a sexy dialogue.
She's got old lady mouth because everything's loose in there.
Everything's all loose. Her teeth are flapping around. Her gums are... Oh...
Trying to keep everything in place.
Stop it. She's got the bone density of a rolling paper in her teeth. They're all just loose and flapping around. And just lick and suck and caress every nook and cranny. What is that voice she puts on? Oh. And let me tell you, once you bring out the whisk broom, things are going to get sexy. Oh. Oh, really, Daddy? Oh. That could be the unsexiest thing I've ever heard. Wrap your loved one up in plastic. They're going to love laying on the bed as you just caress. And then grab that whisk broom and get the nerve endings to come alive as you whisk the most intimate parts. Grandpa, get the whisk broom. Kiss and caress, Herman. I won't. Eddie, get the whisk broom, Eddie. Where did that come from? Nasty old hag.
Oh, now I gotta hear that. I gotta hear that part again.
So here's a slightly kinky but fun thing you can try. Get naked on the bed. Then you wrap your partner from head to toe in plastic wrap. Make sure you leave a breathing hole, or you may get a little more excitement than you bargained for.
So far, so good.
And then you wrap him or her up like a mummy. So they're totally immobile. And then you start licking and kissing and sucking and blowing all over. Front, back, and every nook and cranny you can find. Then you get a small whisk broom and you gently rake it all over the body. Those little nerve endings will just be a-jumping. Now, silk is a better wrapping material for this escapade because it allows the skin to breathe. But for a short period of foreplay, the good old plastic wrap from the kitchen will do. Enjoy.
Enjoy. That is really,
have a Merry Christmas.
That is a really funny observation.
Old battle axe.
I was laughing so hard I was drooling, begging for him to stop.
You might get more than you bargained for. Eddie, here's Spot. Eddie, get the whisk broom. Eddie. Me and Grandpa are going to wrap each other up in the dungeon.
Let's go to John in Virginia. John, what's up?
Hey, guys. You should see some of the implements she really enjoys using, like a butter churn and a scrub board. And
Everyone has a washboard in their house.
Hey, doesn't she sound more like...
Pull that out. Now drag your buttocks up and down the washboard. It's pretty exciting. I like playing a tune on my old jug as I diddle myself with a rolling pin. Oh, she's awful.
Oh, she is atrocious.
Holy crap. Well, let's try another one here, Ant.
All right.
Let's see. We're up to the pleasure chest.
The pleasure chest.
I guess
there will be no pleasure in this whatsoever.
I guess she has a chest filled with things you could use to spice up your sex life, and she goes into the chest and kind of reviews these things.
All right.
This time around, she reviews the Aqua Erotic Massager.
Oh.
So it's called the Aqua Erotic. And it looks like your average garden variety hard vibrator. But this one is different. You can fill this one with hot water, not too hot, folks, be gentle now, or cold water, to give different sensations. And it gives a whole new meaning to priming the pump. You can even add food coloring just for fun.
What's fun
Now,
about that?
A couple.
What is fun?
What is fun about that?
Hey, it's a blue cock. What is fun about a food coloring?
Besides staining your sheets and having to get them washed sooner than you want to wash them.
You have water all over the place. Nothing fun about that at all.
Food coloring.
Priming.
Stinks.
Prime the pump.
A couple of hours, and it has a battery. It's battery operated, and it really doesn't do a thing. I mean, the water, I guess, adds heat or cool, but other than that, it's a vibrator. Pure and simple. That's all it is to it. The water jiggles, but nothing like it looks like in the commercials. And after spending a couple of hours at the computer writing this week's script, I had a stiff neck and tight shoulders, and there was nobody around for a massage. So I put hot water in the tube, and I sat there rubbing it around my back. And guess what? It worked. Well, no, I did not have an orgasm, but it sure took the kinks out of my shoulders.
See, she used it as a little massage thing. Help her shoulders out.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
She doesn't use any of these things? Something tells me she doesn't have sex. She's not a sexual person, but she's kind of telling everybody what they should be doing. She's not trying that thing out. Shoving it up there. Prime the pump. Oof.
There's a bunch of different food coloring. Color nuts like Easter eggs. What's that mean?
What's going on? I know that wasn't your line. What happened?
Handed a note.
Eric handed me a note, and I wanted to know. And then he immediately realized his error and went to snatch it back. Like,
and you grabbed it? Good man. And what does it say?
There's a good one. Food coloring, underline. That would be topic.
Uh-huh.
Color nuts like Easter eggs.
Oh, so that would be a fun thing to do if the guy colored his nuts like an Easter egg.
I actually didn't even get that you meant the balls. Okay, I didn't know what color nuts meant. Okay, color you
right.
All right. Let me rephrase that. The hell is with this damn? What are you gonna do with food coloring? Color someone's balls like they're Easter eggs?
There you go.
I didn't actually get it. There you go. Maybe you hide one ball in a shoe, the other one behind the lamp, the cock's in the middle. Hey, what do you want from me? What do you want from me?
Want to do one more here?
Of course.
All right, adult material. How to explain explicit images to a child.
Why would you do that?
Well,
because how else are you going to get them on your lap?
Thanks, Michael Jackson. Jesus.
A child to her is probably a man of 40, so it's probably not the same thing.
We're moving on. We're going to talk to Travis. Hi, Travis.
Hello, Miss Sue.
Hello, how are you?
Fine.
Good.
My wife and I have a 6-year-old daughter.
Yeah.
And we were moving recently, and she accidentally found a box of adult magazines.
Yeah.
And we explained to her, she already looked through a few of them before we knew what was going on.
Yeah.
We explained to her that's how we make babies, and she accepted all that. But now, a few weeks later, she's asking if she can look at them again.
Okay.
And I don't know, what should we let her look, not let her look, tell her it's wrong? Or...
I don't know what magazines they were, and I don't know how explicit they were. But I would be a little, if they're pretty explicit magazines, I would be very uncomfortable letting your little daughter look at them. I would be very uncomfortable looking most of them. So what I would do is just explain to her, look, honey, those are for big people only. You know how there's some books that you can't read yet because you can't read that well yet?
Right.
Well, these are books
perfect
that
advice.
are designed for big people, for adults. They're not designed for little kids. So let's you and I go to the library, and we're going to get some books for little kids. Now, you get the book, Where Do I Come From? They've got it at the library. They've got a video of it.
Public library?
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
Public library? No, the private one, idiot.
And the author is Peter Mayle, M-A-Y-L-E.
Okay.
And publisher, not sure of the publisher. But it's a big book, and it's a picture book for kids. And then you take it home, and you sit down, and you read it to her. And read it, and she may want to hear it 4 or 5 times. That's fine. You read it to her and explain the pictures. It's a beautiful book, okay?
Oh, that sounds great.
Where do I come from? Okay, Travis.
Great.
Thank you
very much.
You're very welcome.
We actually have that book in the studio?
Yeah, we have the African-American edition.
Yeah.
Anything good in there, Jimmy?
The first thing it says, this book is all about you. And has a mocha-colored baby with white feet.
Oh, with the white little bottoms of their feet?
White bottoms of the feet.
Well, that's so the different ethnic backgrounds can relate to their children with that book.
Right. This says, we wrote it because we thought you'd like to know where you came from. And anyway, before we wrote this all down, we asked some boys and girls your age where they thought they came from. And one of the answers was...
God, this sounds like a bit for the cause. When the Cos had that... No, I'm not saying where the Cos had that dumb show where they talked to the kids.
Oh, kids say the darndest things?
Yeah, I'm not trying to set you up for a bit. It just sounds like, what the Cos would do.
It's the African-American edition. All they did was take the other book and just rip out any reference to a dad. Right.
Well, here's what some of the kids said. I was brought special delivery by the stork.
How did
that rumor get started, by the way?
That's actually how kids were delivered back in the olden days.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea.
Who came up with that dumb one?
Somebody who thought sexual parts were filthy dirty and didn't even want to get into it.
Another kid thought that the cat brought me in one night.
No, there's a picture on the next page of naked cartoon people.
Ooh. Wow, and look at the black dude with a tiny penis.
Does he have a small schlong?
Yeah,
and look at her. Big, fat black woman with the boobies hanging out.
Two of them in a tub in the middle of the room.
With a ducky in the middle of them. Dad got me from the saloon.
Saloon?
Mom found me at the hospital. I was a Christmas present from the fairies.
Look at that other one right there. Ben ate sushi and then shat me out.
Now it shows the naked couple standing up. Is there a part where they have sex? Do they show that in animated style?
Well, they show like a naked man and woman, and it's like, first of all, you'll see that the man has a flat chest, but the woman has 2 round bumps on her chest. These bumps have a lot of names. Some people call them the bosom, which you say like this, bosom. Other people call them titties or boobs, and then says, don't ask us why.
You're supposed to read this to your kids?
Yeah, then you got a kid suckling on a boob. Ooh. Then the whole thing about the breasts and what they're used for. Let's see. When you were just born, your mother's breasts were rather like a mobile milk bar. For the first few months of your life, the only food you could eat was milk, because at that time, you didn't have any teeth, so you couldn't eat hot dogs or hamburgers or French fries or candy or anything.
Couldn't eat fried chicken.
You had to drink your food.
There won't be any fried chicken or titty milk. I guess that...
Well, the milk that keeps you alive for those first few months either came from a bottle or your mother's breast. So
welfare's paying for it. You eat it.
So it's a quick thank you to breast before we move on. Take a look further down the pictures. You'll see that just below the middle, the woman spreads out, but the man doesn't.
Oh. Does it come to a point where they talk about actual having sex?
Yeah, well, it talks about the hips. You want to hear about the penis?
Sure.
But the important thing to notice is that the man has something hanging between his legs that the woman doesn't have. All you boys have one, and yours will grow bigger as you grow bigger. And it shows a picture of a tiny little tot with a tiny little penis staring at it going, what the fuck's going on
white
down there?
bottoms of his feet again.
They show the little black baby with the large penis and the white male with a comparable-sized penis, and he's boo-hooing.
Let's go to Ken in Connecticut. Ken?
Yeah, what's going on, dude?
What's up?
Hey, Professor Anthony, I thought you would know this one, but the stork and the baby.
Yeah.
There's a correlation between it. It's kind of dumb, but I'll just say it quickly. Back in the olden days, when a baby would arrive home, they would heat up the house, and the house, or the heat would be, Jesus Christ, I'm nervous. But the stork would land on the roof to keep warm. It was attracted by the heat, so there's just a dumb correlation.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not buying that one, sir.
All right.
Check it out. I'm serious. I learned that in econ class, oddly enough.
Yeah, but I heard this. I've heard that rumor dispelled.
Come on, Jimmy.
All right, we got to move on with the story here.
All right, sorry, guys.
Thank you, sir. The beginning of a baby, Anthony. What happens is this. Let's say the man and the woman are lying in bed together. This part often happens in bed because a bed is so nice and comfortable. Sometimes it happens in a car, too.
In a back alley.
In a back alley.
Does it show the woman warming up with a little mouth-to-bag action?
The man loves the woman, so he gives her a kiss, and she gives him a kiss. And then they hug each other very tight.
Ooh.
And after a while, the man's penis becomes stiff and hard and much bigger than it usually is.
Ooh.
It gets bigger because it has lots of work to do.
Is that what it says?
Yeah.
And the mother is trying to come up with excuses, but the father won't let her go because he pays the rent, goddammit. And the mother is a whore who wants to be thrown into a van and have her face sat on by a white lady while a Puerto Rican sticks it in with or without a bag.
By this time, the man wants to get as close to the woman as he can. Oh, he definitely does. Because he's feeling very loving to her. And to get really close, the best thing he can do is lie on top of her and put his penis inside her, into her vagina.
Yeah.
Making love, Anthony.
Yeah.
Here we go. This is a very nice feeling for both the man and the woman. He likes being inside her, and she likes him being inside her. It's called making love because it all starts with the man and the woman loving each other.
Really?
That's what it starts with.
Love.
Sure does. Where's that part where they show the man meeting the woman and pumping drinks into her? And then hugging her from the back in his Saturn and making love to her.
Yeah.
And trying to fertilize that egg, but he misses and actually gets it all over the floor because he doesn't want to knock this psychopath up.
Yeah. Starts with love.
It's a difficult feeling to describe, but if you can imagine a gentle, tingly sort of tickle that starts in your stomach and spreads all over, that will give you some idea of what it's like. And as you know, when you're feeling tickly, you wriggle about a bit.
Yeah.
It's just the same here, except it's a special kind of wriggling. It's easier to understand when you realize that the parts that tickle most are the man's penis and the woman's vagina. So most of the wriggling happens down there.
And sometimes her butt.
That's once a month, her throat will wriggle around. when Daddy doesn't want to get copper stains all over the sheet, he'll make Mommy's tonsils wriggle because they used to wriggle when they dated, and then she stopped wriggling them once that ring went on her finger. So Daddy wants to wriggle her into a boat.
Oh, man, it gets better. The man pushes his penis up and down inside the woman's vagina so that both the tickly parts are being rubbed against each other. It's like scratching an itch, but a lot nicer.
Yeah.
This usually starts slowly and gets quicker and quicker as the tickly feeling gets stronger and stronger.
Tickly feeling.
Then the mommy talks and ruins Daddy's fantasy because he's pretending that she's anyone but who she really is.
Why does the tickling stop, you might ask?
Oh.
Now, you may be thinking, if it's so nice, why don't people do it all the time? There are two reasons. First, it's very tiring. More than playing football or running or skipping or climbing trees or almost anything. Good as it is, you just can't do it all day long.
Mm-hmm.
And the second reason is that something really...
the cops show up.
And the second reason is that something really wonderful happens, which puts an end to the tickly feeling and at the same time starts the making of the baby.
Oh.
When the man and the woman have been wriggling so hard you think they're both going to pop, they nearly do just that. All the rubbing up and down that's been going on ends in a tremendous, big, lovely shiver for both of them.
Oh, a shiver, huh?
Yeah, in a perfect world, baby.
No.
Again, it's not easy to tell you what this feels like, but you know how it is when you have a tickle in your nose for a long time and then you have a really big sneeze?
Yeah.
It's a little like that.
That's right. Daddy blows snot into Mommy's vagina.
Like when you have a sneeze and
That's a
Mommy
nice way.
takes it in her mouth and swallows it.
Mommy takes a face full of blood boogers.
Ooh, this is where it gets hot. At the same time, a spurt of quite thick, sticky stuff comes from the end of the man's penis, and this goes into the woman's vagina.
Ooh, it sounds just like a sneeze, because as Daddy's coming, he's going, hate you, hate you.
Well, believe it or not, this sticky stuff is how you and I and all of us started. It's called semen, and in the semen are sperm.
Yeah.
And inside is DNA evidence, which will eventually get Daddy convicted. When they find it on the dress of a 13-year-old.
You gotta ruin everything. It's a cute little story for kids.
Beautiful moment here, Jimmy.
The romantic sperm. There's a whole chapter on the romantic sperm, Anthony.
Romantic sperm?
Each drop of semen is actually made up of hundreds and thousands of smaller drops of sperm, which you could only see under a very powerful microscope. And what they get up to is quite amazing. I don't know.
Yeah.
After leaving the man's penis, the sperm make their way up the woman's vagina like tiny tadpoles swimming up a stream. What they're hoping to find is one of the eggs that the woman produces inside her every month.
There it is.
If one single sperm meets one single egg, they have a romance of their own. This is called fertilization, and the result of it is the beginning of a baby.
The result of it is you losing any fun in life whatsoever.
Unless Daddy leads an alternative lifestyle, then that sperm will wriggle and wind up going face first into a log.
And then instead of gaining weight, he starts losing weight.
A very magical thing happens. Daddy puts on a robe and has friends visit him a lot.
The beginning of 3 special letters. HIV.
And then it goes on and on and on, explaining what happens every month of the pregnancy until this little tot is born. That's about it.
Sometimes.
That sperm's efforts are going to get mommy turned into an anchor.
And this will negate everything you just read.
Well, Dave from Arizona has a good question here. Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, I wanted to know if it said anything about the woman falling asleep and the man giving himself an angry pirate. Arr.
Arr. Sometimes the sperm cells, the semen has a love affair with an eyeball. Trying to fertilize your eye, just poke it into it. Bam! Bam! Looks like an egg. Bam! I wonder if your eye got all red.
Phil in New York, what's up?
Hey, Norton, there's a third reason that that tickly feeling stops.
Why?
When the lady knocks on the door and says the hour's up.
The wiggling and wriggling stops.
That's right.
Oh, let's go to Cliff in Oklahoma. Cliff?
What's up, boys?
What's up?
Hey, I was wondering, in the book, does it talk about the man trying to talk the woman into giving her $50 back and just leaving? Later.
God, these guys pick up on every little nuance of this show. Oh, there you have it.
Then there's the scene where the hour is almost up and Daddy is wriggling and he looks up into that expressionless Asian face and finally decides to release all over his stomach before she fucks up another L word. Oh, my head hurts. I have a headache.
Wriggling. Well, that was very informative. She gave some good advice there for the kids. That book.
Yeah, sure.
The old broad. She seemed to enjoy it.
We rarely take calls from Wyoming. Let's see what Clint has. Clint, what's up? Clint?
Yeah.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, this is, I just want to tell you guys kick ass and rock.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you, Clint.
And I also want to say Tommy Lee is a bitch boy motherfucker.
The good old... Oh, you heard the Tommy Lee thing. Thanks for that.
Yeah, he sucks ass.
All right.
Thank you, mister.
But they've been doing some good things lately. They were on America's Most Wanted, Motley Crue, trying to find a missing fan or something.
I'm sure that was helpful.
Who knows?
Wonder how that turned out.
As we go to break, why don't you listen to this and we'll continue. Right?
Good afternoon, library.
Hi, I was wondering if you could help me.
We'll try.
Okay, my son came home with a list of books that he needs to read for his 4th grade class.
Okay. Why don't I switch you to the children's and she can see if she can help you with one you might need.
Ah, thanks a lot.
Sure. Hold on, please. Children's Department, Karen speaking.
Hi, Karen. I need to come into the library and pick up a few books for my son.
Okay.
He came home with a reading list from his 4th grade class.
Uh-huh.
Do you have Harry Beaver Goes to the Beach?
Harry Beaver Goes to the Beach. Doesn't sound familiar. Doesn't mean we don't have it.
Is there any way you could look that up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have others that you're looking for, or is this...
Yeah, I guess there's a whole Harry Beaver collection.
Okay. Now, he doesn't sound familiar, but that's not 100% certain.
I guess he's a new author out of Seattle.
Okay.
Writes children's books.
Okay.
It's Harry Beaver Goes to the Beach.
Mm-hmm.
Harry Beaver on the Dike.
The Dike. Okay.
Harry Beaver Gets Wood.
Gets Wood.
And finally, Harry Beaver and the One-Eyed Wonder Worm.
Okay. Why don't you hold on just a second and I'll check the computer to see if we've got any of these, okay?
All right, thanks a lot.
Sure.
Harry Beaver collection. Shh. Gotta come back. Shh.
Thank you for waiting. I checked our computer here, and we don't own any of them. And I also wanted to see if anybody in the region has any of them. And it doesn't. Nobody's coming up with any of the Harry Beaver books.
That's awfully strange.
If it's really new, it may just be that nobody has it yet.
So no one has Harry Beaver yet?
No, it doesn't look that way.
Harry Beaver doesn't come up on the computer.
No.
All right. Do you have any of the Bobby series?
Bobby. Now, I'm not familiar with Bobby either.
Oh, there's one book on this list. It's Bobby Goes... Let me read his writing. Bobby Goes Muff Diving?
Do you have an author for these at all?
An author. Yeah, let me see here. Anita Bushlicker.
We're back with the Opie and Anthony program. The O&A virus spreading across America. We forgot to talk about Gamefly.com before the break, Anthony.
How did we forget that?
I'm starting to dig this Gamefly.com.
Great way to check out all the new games out there before you buy them. Or just if you want to check them out long enough to just play them and then return them.
Basically, you get games online, right? And they mail them to you and you try them out. And if you hate them, you just send them back. If you like them, you could even purchase them, I guess. And then they send the book and
all the other
and all that
other
crap.
Stuff. The manual.
And
the box. Yeah, Gamefly.com. You go to Gamefly.com/XM and sign up. It's only $21.95 a month. You can start with a free 2-week trial, no commitments. You cancel anytime you want. Start playing the latest releases, all the games you've wanted to play. And now there's even more reason to try Gamefly. For the month of May only, anyone who signs up for any of their prepaid video game rental plans are entered into the Gamefly.com PSP a Day giveaway. That's right. You sign up any day in May, and you might win one of those cool new Sony PSP handheld devices that are all the rage, Opie.
All right, and they got all the games you want. Go to Gamefly.com. That's Gamefly.com/XM and plug in XM in the promo code box for your special offer. Gamefly.com. There you have it. Some people get pissed off because we're doing live commercials, but
too bad.
I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Shut up.
And it's usually for
That's
stuff.
what I say.
It's usually for stuff we believe in, and it's, we just gave them an hour of radio, and I'm sure I'll have email later. Why are you guys doing live reads?
Dude, I don't pay for... Shut up.
It's one stupid commercial, and you know what? It's a good service, and, people will get turned on to that. And maybe save some money, whatever. All right, here's the deal. We could go a couple different places. It's kind of slow in the news today, so we're kind of screwing off.
All I want to say about the news today is I don't know if this is for today or not, but Billy Crystal getting annoyed that people's cell phones were going off.
Oh, right, at his one-man show.
I got to say, I really hate the public. How do you not know? And Billy Crystal really annoyed me.
To get me to sympathize with Billy Crystal is amazing.
How do you assholes not know to turn off your fucking cell phones during a Broadway play?
During a live show, man. Oh, it's bad enough in the movie theater, but at a live performance, when now the performance is going to be affected. At the movies, the movie ain't going to change if a cell phone goes off. You're going to be annoyed and stuff. But at a live show, the actors, I don't think they appreciate the and then somebody yapping.
Well, he said in the second act, the material gets very personal and darker, and it deals with the death of my parents. It's hard material to do.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, exactly. I'm at a point where I'm just about to talk about the first passing and burr, what you just said.
Yeah.
And this guy doesn't get it because he doesn't want the audience to know he's the schmuck, so he lets it ring. And this happens 12 times.
12 times.
By the 6th one, Billy said, look, folks, this is tough material to get through. If you want to talk on the phone, go talk on the phone. We'll put the lights on. Turn them off. I'm going to leave for a second and collect my thoughts. He walked off. To a big ovation because it really is aggravating. And I really respect him for doing that because it's different than doing stand-up where you can just kind of address it. When you're telling a long 3-hour fucking story, you got to kind of do it a certain way. So he gets off. He comes back. It starts again. I mean,
How does it start again?
You dummies out there. Just turn your phones off.
The whole reason he left the stage was so everyone could shut their goddamn cell phones off, and it happened again? Was someone fucking with them?
They're just dummies. People are just stupid. Yeah. Look, you want to know how stupid the public is? Monster-in-Law, $24 million. That's all you need to know.
The J-Lo Jane Fonda movie.
We are a nation of fucking morons.
Yeah,
of dummies.
Absolute. If you actually saw something that said Monster-in-Law and you allowed your fat date to talk you into going, you should be shot.
It's not as fun as Monster Rain.
Monster Rain has more artistic integrity than watching this traitor play a cranky mother-in-law.
Oh.
What happened? Your new son-in-law was in the military and you sat on an enemy tank, did you? You bitch.
Now that would make a good movie.
Oh, she makes me sick.
Have her son is over there in Iraq, and the mother goes over there and actually chops people's heads off with the Al-Qaeda. It's a fun little movie. Monster-in-Law.
And she says that they're not being mistreated, the POWs, so of course they're, continue to be tortured because she's saying that they're not. She should just have been executed.
Traitor.
I love that guy that spit in her face, too.
Big wad of tobacco.
I love this guy because he didn't even chew tobacco.
No.
He only chewed it to spit in her face. You know how much you have to hate someone to hold tobacco juice in your mouth?
For the first time, you're on that line just, this is awful.
This stinks.
And by the
Why can't this line move faster?
Grabs the book from she grabs the book from him.
Hello. Whap. Right in her dumb face. There you go. Monster-in-law. Sign that, whore.
Bravo. Yeah. Trying to think. We got the father.
I love that.
Yeah, I wonder where that came from.
And we got the Paul Anka's really good, too, though. Yeah. Not many people know who Paul Anka is, but...
What? A lot of people know who Paul Anka is.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Name one song.
I know who he is. I couldn't really tell you. I know he wrote a lot of songs that he didn't sing.
Bridge Over Troubled Water.
Yeah. Things like that.
Who wrote that?
I don't know. I just made that up.
That was Simon & Garfunkel.
No, because I wouldn't have known if he wrote that. Didn't he write the Tonight Show theme?
Did he? Hey, Eric, why did you hand this? Can I ask you? What is this?
Oh, that's pretty cool, too.
He wrote My Way, too, didn't he?
Yeah, he wrote My Way. I'm talking about songs he actually sang and made popular. There's not many, are there? Diana? Let me hear a little Diana.
I'm so young and you're so old. This, my darling, I've been told. I don't care just what they say, 'cause forever I will pray. You and I will be as free as the birds up in my tree. Stay by me, Diana.
All right, enough.
CBSFM.
Turn it off.
Ron Lundy here.
Turn it off. Thank you.
Well, this is pretty cool.
Sometimes, we play these songs until we get to the hook, and sometimes it takes forever.
Well, that was the hook, the Diana
I know, we finally got there.
Yeah.
It took forever. Is there another one? This cute number you might remember.
Which one is this?
Paul Anka song.
Having My Baby?
Having my baby.
Oh, yeah.
What a lovely way of saying how much you love me. Having my baby. What a lovely way of saying what you're thinking of me. I can see it.
When you said stewed tomato.
I can see it in your eyes.
All right, that's awful, too.
Yeah.
Dude, I laughed for a week over I told you to leave a stewed tomato on the floor. Stewed tomato.
How about this one?
Biff, take your goddamn hands off her.
Put your head on my shoulder. Hold me in your arms,
baby.
Paul Anka?
Squeeze me oh so tight. Show me
It was big when that granny was actually fucking.
that
This
you
is some old stuff.
love me too.
All right, enough.
I like this.
Enough. Jesus.
I like that one.
We can do it all day.
Yeah. It's a good song.
So you get the idea.
Didn't he write Times of Your Life, too?
Let's hear that.
Yeah.
The old Kodak commercial theme song?
Good morning, yesterday.
Everyone remembers
You wake up
this. And your wife has drifted away.
and suddenly
Wasn't this the song playing in Christmas Vacation? When he was up in the attic? No?
remember.
Looking at the old films?
Do you remember
I don't know.
the laughter and the tears, the shadows of misty yesteryears? I hate this place. Nothing works here. The medications don't work. I've been here for 7 years.
Sweet memories. All right, enough.
All right. I have to say, I didn't realize how much I enjoyed Paul Anka's work.
Well, he's a real prick to his band, is what I'm getting at here. We got some audio that I guess some lovely engineer. You gotta love the engineers out there.
Oh yeah.
If there's an engineer taping you.
See, these are all nice songs, right?
Oh,
They're all
yeah.
sweet and sugary.
Oh yeah.
So you figure out the guy singing them must be a really nice guy.
Can I point out how awful Jennifer Lopez looks on Ellen right now?
J-Lo
looks awful. She looks.
So you TiVo it. We do. We TiVo it. We catch up on everything. Yeah, when we get home, then we watch like 5 episodes in a row. We have a marathon. Now, was it surreal to be sitting? Because I was with you in the dressing room before you came out, watching everyone
She's
dance.
back to being ghetto.
Went on, like,
Yeah. She tried to be really white with Ben, and now she's ghetto again.
She was amazing in that section. That outfit stinks.
What looks bad about her, though?
Her hair is horrendous.
She got the 5 head.
Yeah, she looks like Dio.
Dio.
Look at her. Holy diver. Fucking eat her ass and hum Neon Nights.
All right, let's focus. Paul Anka is a real prick. And some studio engineer kind of taped him as he was going off on his band.
Yeah.
Good order of business. No T-shirts on stage. You understand that? See the shirts that everybody's wearing? And everybody... Where's the guy at the end, the new trombone player? Who's missing?
You weren't wearing a T-shirt.
No, but the other guy on the end had the T-shirt. T-shirt!
I'm sorry.
Didn't I say shirts?
Yep. I thought he was covered.
You thought 8 things tonight. You're on fucking notice, John. I gave you a list. You had half a list that I gave you with cues and everything on it. Okay? The guys get shirts. Don't make a fucking maniac out of me. The guys get shirts. Do you understand? We're not going to be as strong as our weakest link. The guys get shirts. You understand that? This is like football, baseball, like anything else. The guys get shirts. That's just the fucking way it is. You first start with getting your goddamn list correct. So there's no confusion. When I write something down, it gets exactly that.
Should have.
Now, what are we going to do about these cutoffs?
The My Way cutoffs? I'm kind of waiting for you.
What did we discuss at the last...
Holy crap, are these guys nervous?
They're all flustered now. The cutoffs, what about these shirts? What about the shirts?
I don't know. It sounds like Paul Anka wanted some things done, and everybody just kind of said, fuck off, Paul Anka, and now they have to pay the piper.
Now they got to pay the piper? Oh.
Absolutely.
And why does the trumpet player have to sit out here waiting all day, fuckface?
The My Way cutoffs? I'm kind of waiting for you.
What did we discuss at the last meeting? I was going to take I'm Not Anyone. Is that correct?
I love this behind-the-scenes stuff, man.
It's so nerve-wracking to listen to these poor guys like, I'm a schlep fucking session player.
Right.
Who's making minimum.
Because for all the senior citizens out there, Paul Anka can't do wrong. You know what I mean?
Of course not.
They think he's just the sweetest, nicest, hometown boy, makes good type of guy, and it turns out he's a prick like everybody else.
There you go.
Did he sing, he's not the one that sang Roses Are Red, My Love, is he?
No, I think that was Bobby Vinton.
Bobby Vinton, okay.
We sat and watched Bobby Vinton.
Is that correct? I was going to do that one. You're going to hold the cord and cut. Is that right?
Absolutely.
All right. Now, what are we going to do about My Way? When I'm walking around waiting and waiting, and then you finally give it, and where was everybody cutting off with you?
I don't know. Evidently they were watching you where they should have been watching me.
Well, but you were doing it.
I did it. I did.
What's it going to be, guys? Who are you watching?
I'd suggest they watch me. I'll watch you.
But you were the only one to watch.
That's true.
But let me ask you this. A pilot is in a plane and he's landing. He not only looks at his instrument, but he looks at the fucking runway to make sure it's there. What do you look at?
Oh, no,
oh my God.
He's giving aircraft analogies.
You know who this sounds like, don't you?
Who?
I'll give you one guess. We've been the band members.
Oh, Mel?
Oh, my God, yeah.
Yeah, this is a meeting with Mel Karmazin.
Oh, my. There's nothing you could say that is right.
Yeah.
You just have to sit there and take your beating. Oh, my God. I'm getting, like, flashbacks, Aunt.
There. What do you look at? Who are you watching? Where were you guys on the end of my way? Graham, what happened?
I was late because I usually watch you on that.
I told you to go fuck your mother.
If I'm not doing anything, and he throws... Do you remember the last meeting where I said, I'll bow, I'll do, take it, and end it? Except for I'm not anyone, I'll give, I'm not anyone. Do y'all remember that? If my arms aren't up, and he's the only one, why wouldn't you take it and end it? What is the confusion on these endings? I don't get it. I don't get it. Do you understand that? What's it going to be, guys? Do you want fucking Vinnie Falcone in front? Do you want me to go and get a conductor that'll sit and ride your asses? Is that what you want? Do you want your jobs?
Oh. You want your jobs?
Oh, man.
Oh. Wow. That's rough.
You got to read that one feedback that Eric Logan wrote in, and he said after this episode, Paul Anka was not happy.
Wow, man.
Want a conductor to come in here and ride your ass? As opposed to you riding our ass?
Right, yeah.
Sure.
We would welcome the conductor at this point.
This is the point where you just got to say, Paul, we get it. Shut your face.
Yes. All right. We screwed up the endings of a couple of songs. You think the old friggin' fogies in the audience even noticed?
And knows for nothing, but Elvis does it better.
Perfectionist.
He does it better my way than you do.
Yeah.
So why are you even trying to do Frank. My way?
Exactly. Where's Joe? I tell you, I want the band. Do you understand that? I want the fucking band, okay? There is a lot of loose shit going on, and I am telling you, you guys are on thin ice. All right? I'm telling you right now. And when I fucking move, I slice like a fucking hammer. You've seen it, and I'll do it again. When I tell you the band, you better look and make sure everybody's here when you walk in this room. I will not put up with this shit. You understand that? That's just the fucking way it is. Every one of your fucking checks cash with the amount on it. Do any of your checks bounce? Do y'all get full value on your money? I want full value on your fucking service. Do you hear me? You understand that? You guys have 3 fucking days to get it together.
Oh, man, I would so walk and go, you know what, you fucking prick.
But, you know,
fuck yourself.
They're band guys. They're playing for Paul Anka. Packed houses.
Yeah, our checks don't bounce, but they're a lot smaller than yours.
Yeah.
Jesus.
What a bastard.
And in the end, does anyone really notice when a band member fucks up? I mean, come on.
Not in these settings?
Exactly.
No one would notice. I did it my way.
You're kidding. What happened? He blew the whole end of the song. Whose song is this?
No, the trombone player came in the right spot.
Where? Where? I was just listening to the song. Oh, God love him. Give my condolences to the baritone.
What is it? Whose is?
Who is this?
Who is this? Senile old broad.
Where?
It makes me laugh every
This isn't the right Paul Anka.
Like any of them would notice. Sit there and applaud.
All of you head of your departments. Okay? The light at times of your life. What is that blue doing over there? On, all the way to the middle, and then you shut it off. What is that all about? That was fucking... If I see that again, you're gone with the rest of them. Is that clear? That's just the way it is around here. You understand that? That's how fucking crucial this is. You have nothing to do but watch to see if one special is on and if the film is on, correct? You have nothing else to worry about with those lights. That whole thing was watching out that film. You will straighten out this goddamn cutoffs, John. Absolutely. Do you understand? You will get it straight. I'm the only important one on that stage. You know it.
Oh, wow. I'm the only important one on that stage, and you know it. Wow.
Good point, Paul. Good point.
He's the boss.
I like him.
He's a take-charge guy.
A guy missed a light cue or something? Is that
yeah, there seems to be a lighting problem, because they were taping something and it washed it out because the lighting was wrong. And then the endings of the songs aren't going the way he wants.
I have had this very discussion with Keith Robertson and Robert Kelly.
Yeah.
And other people that have opened for me. I am the important one on that stage.
Right.
And you know it.
No one else matters.
That's right.
You guys have anything to add to this? Can you help them out? You guys can you add to this, the confusion? Can you give us some intelligent input here? What is your problem? I'm warning you. I'm the only important one on that stage. You understand that?
I'm warning you.
You want him to lose his job? Do you? Then put me some fucking knowledge in here. Tell me what's wrong. He's the only one with his hands up, and he cuts off. Now give me some intelligent fucking answers. Who are you watching?
Ain't you watching it, Hooper?
Well, I have an idea.
I don't want an idea. Okay. I want an...
Oh, my God.
Oh, boy.
Why would you ever say, well, I have an idea?
Oh, boy. I have an idea.
I haven't heard this, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say that this idea is not that good.
I have an idea. Kill Paul Anka.
Yeah. Sounds like Paul Anka could get these guys whacked if he wanted to.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Well, I have an idea.
I don't want an idea. Okay. I want to know what went wrong, and I want to know how to fix it.
Well, that was on me. I came in late. Now on. Well, definitely Dave from John won't happen again. Absolutely.
Where's Joe? Now, guys, I'm giving you all 1 week to get this together. Okay? I'm giving you 1 week to play that music the way it's supposed to be played. I'm giving everybody 1 week. Everybody's got 1 week to do it right. Because I'm in my form right now. If you guys are not going to come up and support me with the enthusiasm I've got for it, it ain't going to work. I'm the only important one on that stage. And you are letting me down. Do you understand that? I don't get it. I don't get it. Do you understand that? And the only satisfaction I'm going to get is to lean your fucking asses like the coach of a ball team or any goddamn business till you get it. You understand that? Because if you don't feel embarrassed about it, and you have no conscience, you got no heart, you got no integrity. You understand that? Then all you do is you take the fucking money and you've got no substance. Remember that. People of substance and character care about what the fuck they do when they fix it. Okay? And I think you're working with me because I think that's the way you are. And I don't pull any punches with you guys. I am telling you that his job is on thin ice. And you know how fast I move. I don't care if you're a light man, a production manager, an agent, or a theater owner like last night. You understand? I have a new philosophy. I don't care if it's Jesus Christ. I'm the only important one on that stage. Don't do it my way. Then it's the highway.
Oh, my way or the highway.
Post food properly with integrity, or no one is fucking dispensing around. You all fucking can go. I'm the only important one on that stage. You understand that?
Shit, how many fucking times? This guy is pulling one of those Sinatra things. He heard about all the cool Sinatra stories, but you know something, Paul? That was Sinatra. And now he figures he's got to, keep these guys in line. Keep them down.
Did he yell at his band, Sinatra?
Oh.
I swear to God, I didn't know it.
Sinatra was known for being a real scumbag, a son of a bitch.
To his band?
Yeah, very, behind the scenes. Very overbearing. Don't you fuck up. Yeah. But this is, it's Paul Anka.
That's just the kick that I'm on, the move that I'm in, okay? I don't care if it's a promoter in the theater. I don't care if it's C.J. Powell. Is that fair enough?
Fair enough, sir.
I'm warning you. Is that good enough for all of you? I'm on that kind of an integrity kick. If those of you don't care, step forward. You finish up the rest of the tour, and then you're gone. Now, we're all important in the totality. If you don't care like I care, I don't need you guys to take my money. Just like that guy last night that fucked up my crew and was short labor. I lost out $20,000 or $30,000 because my crew got fucked. Do you understand? Do you understand where I'm coming from with integrity? And you guys had better have the same thing. Because you're all replacing. Do you all like your jobs? Do you want your jobs? Do you?
Always waiting for an answer.
Then you better protect his. Because if that happens again, he does not have that job anymore. Do you understand? You better make it right. If you don't do the job, you're gone. And that goes for everybody. That's just the fucking way it is. Because you got to do good. And as long as you got it good, you got to make it good. Get it fucking right. That's just the way it is around here. Do you hear me? You understand that? Don't make a fucking maniac out of me.
Late.
Where's Joe?
And there you go.
Where's Joe?
That's all we got.
Where are those pictures I was supposed to see?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, who is this? Arrow Maine from Jersey. Keith Robertson, never heard of him. He's not letting you get away with
Did
that.
I say Robertson?
Yeah.
Exactly. No one knows his name. Lucky I know his first name.
Let's go to Scott.
What a prick.
Let's go to Scott in Tennessee. Scott.
Hey, guys, what's going on?
Hey.
Hey, it sounds like he's trying to get all the negativity out of his life. Punch it out.
There you go. Let's go to New Jersey. Say hi to Tony. Tony?
How you doing, boys?
Hey.
I want to know why little Jimmy's making fun of Paul Anka, considering probably him and his lord sat around listening to him back in the day.
Did you hang out with you and the lords listening?
Sal, what's up?
Hey.
Hey.
I drum for the prick. And let me tell you something. That was light compared to what he put his guys through over at the Westbury Music Fair.
Oh, you played with him over there?
Oh, my God. He is unbearable. He is, and he thinks, who the fuck, and the worst thing is that he sang off-key and out of tune the whole fucking night.
Maybe that was your fucking fault, Sal.
He's the only important one, Sal.
That's right.
I'm telling you what, he started with that shit. Now, we got called out of the union. And we're a pretty tight union in New York. You know, nobody can fuck with us too much, you know?
Yeah.
And this guy, Vinny, he was a saxophone player from. This guy here, he turned around at the end of the night. We got our checks. This guy, Vinny, turned around and looked at me and said, you know something? You're a scumbag with a bad tan. And we walked out the door.
You showed him.
What year did you play with him?
Oh, I believe that was probably 80, 81, around there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Guy
He
called
was
him a
a prick
scumbag?
then.
He's a prick then.
You know this? He thinks he's like Mr. Mafia or something, but he don't carry no juice. He's just, he's just an overbearing piece of shit.
Well, the Mafia doesn't matter. Mafia men don't whack you for playing out of key.
Yeah.
Exactly. He's just terrible to work for. Nobody in the industry. When he comes to New York, nobody will play for him. Nobody.
All right. Thank you, Sal.
You got it.
Wait,
now go home and get your fucking flugelhorn.
Wait, these guys don't travel with a band?
I don't know. He probably has some regulars.
When they tour, they travel with him, and then when the tour ends, they all just go. And then the next tour he does, he probably gets a whole bunch of new guys. They rehearse, learn the new songs, and then they're out again. What a cock!
I know.
Oh, I think who was that? Pat from Menaki had a funny line. He was waiting for Harry Shearer to ask if they're going to play Stonehenge tonight. No, we're not going to fucking do Stonehenge. Spinal Tap.
Never saw it.
Oh, Spinal Tap's great.
Anka should dress his band as the Signs of the Zodiac, another Spinal Tap reference. That's funny.
Freddie B. from Philly, I'm waiting for Anka to say, whatever, dude, whatever.
Someone to call Paul Anka a sociopath? Is that Paul Anka or Joe Cumia, my brother?
and John can go fuck himself from D.C. I hope this is funnier on the replay. It's just interesting, tool.
How do you not enjoy that, John from D.C.? You know what? If you're in D.C., turn on Don and Mike later and have a few laughs listening to that dog shit.
Just leave the show, John.
Idiot.
People don't get it. There's a lot of different things we do on the show on a daily basis. We get serious, we get funny, and then sometimes you just listen and go, wow, that's really interesting.
What would you rather have us do? A wacky alert, some drum? This is funny. This is hilarious. The guy screaming at his band.
You guys want to hear the Bobby Knight? Yeah, let's do the Bobby Knight.
Anyone with a Mustangosaurus at hotmail.com as their email address has to be a complete tool anyway.
Mustangosaurus?
Mustangosaurus. At hotmail.com. It's got to be an idiot.
Like Mustang with A-S-A-U-R-A. Like
Brontosaurus. I don't think he spells it right, though. Yeah, Asaurus with an A. Mustangosaurus at hotmail.com.
A-S-A.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Anybody with an email address like that has to be a complete tool. So.
Yeah.
All right, why don't we go to break with the Bobby Knight rant, and we'll continue.
Want to play, then I'm getting the fuck out of here. I mean, if you're not going to recover Greg Graham, if you're just going to let him drive by you, if the rest of you are going to let him catch the ball outside the 3-second lane and drive all the way in here without one guy challenging him, then I'm leaving and you fucking guys will run till you can't even suffer. Now, I'm tired of this shit. I'm sick and fucking tired of an 8-10 record. I'm fucking tired of losing to Purdue. I'm not here to fuck around this week. Now, you may be, but I'm not. Now, I'm going to fucking guarantee you that if we don't play up there Monday night, you aren't going to believe the next 4 fucking days. Now, I am not here to get my ass beat on Monday. Now, you better fucking understand that right now. This is absolute fucking bullshit. Now, I'll fucking run your ass right into the ground. I mean, I'll fucking run you. You'll think last night was a fucking picnic. I had to sit around for a fucking year with an 8-10 record in this fucking league. And I mean, you will not put me in that fucking position again, or you will goddamn pay for it like you can't fucking believe. So you better get your head out of your ass.
Like sands through the hourglass, so is the Owen-Day virus.
So, this morning I go to make reservations to stay in the city, and I call up the hotel, but their front desk to take reservations not open this early. Wah, wah, wah. So she goes, well, I can hand you off to our entire hotel chain reservation service. I'm like, oh, that's good. I'll do that. I'll just make a reservation there. The connection's really bad. I'm trying to listen to the guy, and all I'm getting is it's really bad.
Hello? You want to make a reservation?
Yeah, I can barely hear you.
Well, bad connection here, but if you'd like to make a reservation.
Yeah, I'm staying Tuesday.
2 people or 1 person?
2 people. Hello? Hello? And now the guys in the office see that I'm getting all pissed off. I'm starting to get a little pissed. I'm like,
a little?
Yeah, I know, very pissed.
They call me a psycho when it comes to stuff not going your way. All of a sudden you're like,
handle it.
Can you hear me?
I know.
I'm like, whoa, hey.
Well, then he goes,
each other the room is a king bed, no smoking. It's $5
like, yeah, king bed, yeah. Yes, I'll take it.
Okay, king bed.
No, whatever. That's when I said, I'll take it. Yes, yes. I went, yes, yes, yes. I'll take it. Oh, my God. And
I'm really having a bad connection.
I said, yeah, we're having a bad connection. I go, what's wrong with your phone? He goes,
well, are you in the United States?
And that's what I was, yes.
Well, I'm in England.
England? Dude, what am I looking at right now?
I think you're looking at the hotel that you want to stay at.
I'm looking out my window at the hotel I wanted to stay at.
Tomorrow night.
It's right there.
It's right there.
Why do I have to call England to make a reservation? It's England. The guy couldn't hear me. The hotel's right there.
Right there.
Why in God's name does my call have to go thousands of miles to make a reservation that is across the street? and I can't even hear the guy talking. It stunned me. And how I ended the call? I took my little cell phone and threw it on my desk and went, fuck this! That was it. That's how the call ended.
Opie and Anthony, the virus is spreading.
Rich Thompson from Parsippany, New Jersey, Opie, has an observation. Said, how fast would Norton grab his camera if Jane Fonda the traitor was in the same building as him? As we recall, at the Parker Meridian, we were eating dinner, or lunch, and a woman who Jimmy thought was Jane Fonda was sitting a couple of tables over. And he was obsessing. Is it Jane Fonda? Is it? Do you know? Asking people, is that Jane Fonda? And he had his camera, and yes, indeed, he would have snapped a picture.
In a second, I'd get my picture taken with Al Zarqawi if he showed up. It has nothing to do with me liking the person. I told you, I have no integrity.
You'd sit on her lap on that anti-aircraft
Absolutely.
gun.
I'd wear the helmet, too. I'd point at her, smile. Love you on Golden Pond, LOL. Then just call her a C-word on the way out the door.
Tobacco in her face and leave.
All right. Anthony, we forgot to talk about Vonage, the broadband phone company.
What's the deal with them now?
Well, it's a phone service over your broadband line.
That's cable or DSL.
That's right. It's so easy to use and install. Just a simple 1, 2, 3 step process. Mm-hmm. Well, this has 4 steps, though.
But the 4th step is kind of just a given.
All right. Step 1, you order Vonage.
Yeah.
That's Vonage. Step 2, you receive the hardware, Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
Step 3, plug into your voice adapter.
Yeah.
Step 4, plug into your home phone.
That's it. It's all very self-explanatory when you get it.
Can I say step 2 is not really a step, receiving the stuff, so it actually is 3 steps.
Yeah, you wouldn't go, okay, I got it. Let me check off that step.
Yes, step 1 and 2 are kind of the same. Order, get it. Counts.
So you're saying it goes step 1, 3, 4.
No, it's step 1A and B. And the next one should be 2, and the next one should be 3.
Exactly.
Oh, sure. They do list it as 4 steps after saying it's a 1, 2, 3 step process. But
it's easy as 1, 2, 3, so don't wonder why it doesn't work when you don't do step 4.
Right.
And it's also step 5. Pick up, say hello when ringing, sort of. Jesus. It's a 35-step process. Do not forget to hang up after you're done.
Well, it sounds just like a regular phone. Well, I sure hope so, Anthony.
And plans start as low as $14.99 a month. Unlimited calling anywhere in the United States, Canada, and Puerto Rico. For just $24.99 a month. Portability, Opie? Tell them a little bit about portability.
Well, you could take hardware to anywhere that has broadband and call using your number.
Imagine that. Say you go over little Jimmy Norton's house, and he has a broadband connection over there. You can just plug right into it and make and receive calls as if it's your phone and your phone number.
That's a great thing, but it just shows that whoever's house you're at is a cheap fuck that they're not letting you use their phone.
Yeah,
exactly.
I got to make a call. All right, did you bring your software?
Did you bring your phone equipment?
Jesus, what kind of shizzlers do you hang out with? Do what I do. Just go in the bedroom and you make a phone call.
There you go.
That's what I do.
All right, Vonage comes with all of the features other phone companies charge you for, like voicemail, call waiting, caller ID, and three-way calling. You have the ability to keep your home phone number with Vonage service. No need to switch to a new number. That's a good thing. If you've got broadband, you're ready to go. Call now, 1-800-581-4866. There are no contracts and no hassles, so you can begin saving on your phone bill right away. Sign up today, 1-800-581-4866, 1-800-581-4866. Vonage, the broadband phone company.
Vonage, actually, I have a question about this, because I have Verizon, and I'm moving 30 blocks away. And they're telling me that the building I'm moving into might not have, it's a 212 number, but it might not be able to get, so I don't want to lose my home number. So I might have, with the Vonage, maybe I can keep it.
Yes, you can keep your existing number.
How does that work, though?
I don't know. It's quite amazing.
I would like to know, because I don't want to lose my home number. Then I got to call everybody and tell them. It's just annoying.
Tell me to change the number. That is a pain in the
I'll
ass.
just give it out on the air, and I'll just say people who don't know me don't call.
Yeah, don't write it down. Just don't acknowledge this. That's a good idea.
I guess this is a quickie. This Channel 4 did 100 greatest war films of all time.
Ooh.
We're just kind of doing filler now because we're running out of show.
I think we're having a good show, though. That's my thing.
Huh?
I think we're having a very good show.
I loved today's
No, I didn't say
show.
I thought we had a great show.
I laughed and laughed.
Me too. A stewed tomato. I'm laughing from 3 weeks ago you said that. I'm still giggling.
Let's see.
Do I agree with this list? Let me look.
It's not bad.
Usually they have to,
Well, the order's a little screwy on a few of them, but...
Agreed.
Yeah, all right.
Well,
and I'll probably think of some that are missing.
10th place, The Bridge on the River Kwai.
That was a good one.
1957,
Classic.
yeah.
Japanese, the goddamn Japs.
That's one of those movies, though, they show on Sundays, and it starts at, sometimes they even start them at 11 a.m., just kind of waking up on a Sunday.
Goes till 4 in the afternoon.
Right, exactly.
I love those.
You get rooked in, and you get nothing accomplished. You think you could watch a quick movie over coffee and breakfast.
And it starts out with huge segments of movie, and then a couple of commercials, and then you're back to the movie. And by the end, it just comes back, well, we've built it, and back to our movie after these words. And big, long commercial break. They come back, oh, jolly good, well, take some of this material. We'll be back with Bridge on the River Kwai. What? That was a second of movie.
Sponsored by Hallmark.
Ugh.
Whatever.
It takes forever to get to the end of the movie.
Good point.
Stupid goddamn commercials.
9th place, Black Hawk Down.
Great movie.
That was a very good movie.
I like that one a
Skinny's
lot.
on the Roof.
Skinny's on the Roof.
The one thing different, I was reading the book by the guy, one of the guys involved in that, and I didn't finish it because I left it in a stupid Saturn dealership. But remember there's a scene when they're getting captured, and the guy gets his face beaten with a rifle butt?
Yep.
That was actually an arm. He said he kept that out originally because he didn't want the family to know.
Beating him in the face with one of his comrades'
severed arms. Yeah, he said I think for the family he kind of kept it out in the original report. He just didn't want that known. But that is the reality, and it came out in the book.
You know, it's unfortunate we pulled out and ran from that area. Mogadishu, was it? Somalia. And but the body count before we left was just fantastic. We killed so many of those savages on the way out.
Well, weren't we trying to protect them from a warlord or something like that, who was starving them? I mean, I don't know the exact...
the whole thing was they were sending in food because people there were starving.
Right.
And the food was being taken by these warlords and sold. So the people that needed it weren't getting they weren't getting the food. So Clinton sent in a bunch of troops to protect the food lines, to send in the food. And also to take out some of these warlords. That was one of the missions and the mission they were on at the time was to capture one of these warlords and bring him in. And it went horribly wrong. They were horribly undermanned, totally underestimated the strength of the savages there, and got in a world of hurt.
And it was just a silly thing. I mean, a silly thing. A guy fell out of the helicopter, and they had to go back down, and one took a hit when they were going back down to get the guy who fell out.
Bam!
Got hurt.
Hit the helicopter. That helicopter goes down. They send in more helicopters to rescue him. That goes down. There's a convoy that gets lost. They underestimate how many roadblocks were put up also. They had maps of this area, but sometimes they would try to turn down a street, and that street didn't exist anymore. It was just all blocked up. Horrible. But, I mean, so many of these savages were killed as we were pulling out that doesn't make up for the dead guys, but it's always nice to have more of them dead than you.
Absolutely.
I say.
Let them starve. Tough shit.
Black Hawk Down. Good movie, too. Ridley Scott.
Yeah.
I love him as a director. Very good director.
All right. In 8th place, 100 greatest war films. Zulu. I don't think I ever saw Zulu.
Yeah, I saw Zulu years ago. That was pretty good. Definitely got you thinking what it would be like to be these few soldiers sitting there in the midst of these being overrun by Zulus. Pretty scary.
With spears.
Spears.
Glistening in the sunlight.
Ooh.
In 7th place, A Bridge Too Far.
I'm not sure if I recall that one.
Who was in A Bridge Too Far? I don't even remember.
Directed by Sir Richard Attenborough.
Mm-hmm.
Who was in that? Doesn't say?
No. I forget that one. 6th place, Platoon, Anthony.
There you go.
Love
Who doesn't love Platoon?
I would have put Platoon a little higher on the list,
So would I. Absolutely.
Yeah, but the top 5 isn't too shabby.
I would have put it ahead of number 5, believe it or not.
Well, yeah,
number 5.
I agree.
Although I preferred number 5.
Yeah, I had a number 5 as a movie.
Well, it's 2 movies, though. It's such a schizo film. I still can't get used to seeing that whole thing at once.
I was telling Anthony, I called him the other day. I was so psyched. We haven't even said the name of the movie yet. But this movie, I did that reading last week, and Dove is friends with this guy, Tony, who I actually know and had no idea Tony used to be an actor. He's now a writer. Tony had the second biggest speaking part in this movie and was cut out of it. He had the second biggest... the movie is Full Metal Jacket.
Yes, number 5.
And this guy behind Modine had the biggest speaking part, Captain January, and he got cut out. But he was telling me Full Metal Jacket behind-the-scenes story, which was unbelievable. You got to get him in because it was just amazing because we're such freaks for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, cut out of it?
Cut out, but I mean the number 2 role, not some he stinks and I don't like him. And you happen to... I made it in Spider-Man with one line, and he didn't make it in a Full Metal Jacket. He played chess with Kubrick.
It's not like being cut out of The Gynecologist.
Exactly.
It's Full Metal Jacket.
Which was
not to demean any of your work.
No. But I mean, the way Voss stays in character and focuses when he does a line. I mean, it's like the fact that he's kind of looking like off into space really doesn't even throw you. We may have to finish this list up tomorrow. I say we just kind of leave people wondering what's going to happen because that's kind of like it. You know what?
That is the show. It's always a work in progress.
Now, you know what, guys? We really shouldn't leave people wondering because people are going to want to know, what are the next 4 movies? We have 4 more to go.
We got up to 5.
And we should probably let them know because a lot of people may not be able to tune in tomorrow and hear the end of this.
There isn't much time, but I think we ought to recap. Number 10 was Bridge on the River Kwai.
Absolutely.
All right.
Number 9 was Black Hawk Down.
Good movie. Did I tell you I enjoyed that movie?
Yeah, that was.
The guy fell
good.
out of the helicopter.
Yeah.
And that kind of, that screwed everything up.
Yeah. And Ridley Scott's direction on this one was just fantastic.
Dude.
I enjoy his works.
Excellent point.
Number 8 was Zulu, as we recall. Michael Caine in his first starring role in the movie Zulu, which was from 1964, I believe.
64. I was born in 68. I obviously never saw that.
Hey, I know what you guys are doing.
What?
Yeah, trying to recap.
We're
what was number 7?
Because usually they get down to number 5
7.
and you recap the top.
I'm on to your game. Number 7, A Bridge Too Far.
A Bridge Too Far, which is 1977.
Platoon.
No, wait a minute. Platoon. I thought was great. Although Charlie Sheen's narration was good. I would say it wasn't as good as other narration in other films.
Really? I thought he did that whole thing kind of...
Number 4, Schindler's List.
Not the best war movie, though. Not a good call at all. Glory I would have put up above that as a war movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Schindler's List was pretty good. I pardon you.
Number 3. Can I get to number 3, please?
I'm sorry.
One of the best movies ever. I love number 3.
And number 3 is, Anthony?
The Great Escape. Steve McQueen. Star-studded cast about an escape from a Nazi POW
That's right.
camp.
Number 2, Apocalypse Now. Who could forget that movie?
I'm amazed that made it that high, and I'm actually happy that it did.
And the number 1 greatest war film of all time is...
That's it. I'm out of here.